I'm so glad that, you know what I mean, we're here. Another early morning game. I know that some of you like, man, seeing, man, where the early morning game at? This week I took a pause for the cause because I didn't know, you know what I mean, what different veteran pimps wanted to do concerning Jimmy Starr. I was going to allow, you know what I mean, the pimping to come on one accord to speak on the career and, you know, the life of Jimmy Starr. And, I just say this without coming too blunt and too direct. Matter of fact, I don't know how to not be too blunt or direct. So I'm gonna just kick the motherfucking door down. Fuck that. Um, yeah, they just didn't. They pretty much, you know, didn't want to come on one accord and do it. You know, in all simplicity. Yeah, they didn't want to come on one accord to do it. Not gonna call no names, but you know, I'm just telling it like it is, man. You know what I mean? Everybody don't like everybody. You know, and that's cool because, you know what I mean, in every lifestyle, you know what I mean, you have those who, you know, don't like everybody. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. That's in every lifestyle. Hold on, let me do this right quick. Let me let them know on Instagram. But yeah, that's in everything in life. You always gonna have individuals that don't like each other. And Jimmy was liked by some, and Jimmy was disliked, you know, by some. Just keeping it real. And no, you know what I mean. I've seen some individuals that was disliked, but just to keep it real, I have never, even when certain people had their personal feelings, you know what I mean, towards Mac Bomb when he passed. Um, you know, this one was even more, you know, disrespectful. So, I keep telling you guys, man, in this lifestyle, you got to have more than a hoe, you know what I mean, that like you. You got to have more than a hoe, you know what I mean, that's with you. In this game, man, people have to like you. You know what I mean? People have to like, you know what I mean, what you stand for, you know? And I'm going to just say this, you know, everybody have their character flaws, but that's just my honest opinion. I just think that, you know, we as gentlemen and representatives of the game, but if we know at one time that they was representing this P, you know what I mean? That's I know. I don't know. I'm just different. Whether I like you or not, you know what I mean? I'm always, you know, because I know you got children. So I ain't trying to put no negative energy, you know what I mean, out there as far as speaking bad on you. So if I don't have nothing good to say, then I agree with that. You know, don't say nothing at all. But it should have been, you know, then you had individuals that wanted to speak good. And I was like, okay, you want to do it with him? No. So, you know, I hate to say it like that, but a lot of the older P's really not no different. You know what I mean? There's a lot of the younger P's. You know, it's the same childish, immature, you know, behavior. You know, ain't really no difference. They try to make it like it is. Talking about back in my day, and yeah, well, you saying back in your day, but in today, you know, hold on. Everybody get some water. Oh, you already know. Glory to the game. Glory to the game. But yeah, that's the reason why I had to postpone things, man. Not because, you know, I could have told anybody that I had consultations with this seeing and just do it later. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to allow them to have the platform, man, so they can do their thing. You know, but I'm gonna wait on y'all, man. I'm gonna start when y'all start. You know, to get them likes up over 100 before I start. Ain't no different. You ain't never came with this title. We gonna talk about it. I just want y'all to Hit that like button. Hey, is my thumbnail showing? Let me know. Let me know if my thumbnail showing. I'm waiting on y'all, baby. It's y'all thing. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I'm waiting on y'all to get them likes over 100, man. I'm waiting for everybody to hit the like button. You know, once I see them likes is over 100, we can get started, you know? But yeah, man, blessings to everybody, man. I'm so glad that y'all are here another day. You know what I mean? I want you to share this video on Facebook, Instagram. Let all the young peas, let all my young, yeah, share this video. Yeah, this one of them ones. You know? Yeah, this one of them ones, man. Appreciate that 5. This title great because squares chip more than peas in the game. The game is omnipresent. Appreciate that 5. Eric, man, appreciate that 20, man. Blessings to you, bro. Thank you. And remember, man, blessings to the game. That's right. You know, my enemies hate, man, when y'all come up in here, blessings to the game, glory to the game. I don't give care if it's $1, $2, $5, 10, 20, 50, it don't matter. But when y'all got blessings to the game or glory to the game, you know what I mean? When them squares be watching, or when my little adversaries, you know what I mean, be hating on the sideline, and when y'all be coming in with them donations and you got glory to the game, blessings to the game, oh man. I know it make him feel a certain way. That's right. Come up in. Glory to the game. Please address the hate and hypocrisy square dudes have for 304s. And the game's appointed time, I shall do. I shall move, you know, accordingly. You know, but I'm waiting on y'all, man. It's 128 people in here, man. You know, I don't know what you got against the like button. But hey, baby, you know, I could just keep drinking on this Fiji. You know what I mean? And sucking on, you know, one of the halls, man. You know what I mean? Got a whole bag, you know what I mean, full of them. Always getting high, get in contact with you and needed some consultation. Hey, man, if you want consultation, man, you could either send that little $200, man, to the Cash App and put the message, you know what I mean, within the Cash App, or you could just go to my website, www.sinfultop.net, and click on the consultation button and set up an appointment. You know? I'm not sick, but man, my voice, bro. Because anybody know I like to do impressions and, you know, Sam be hitting all type of notes. Like, I remember one time when I was doing the message, and those that know, those that watch O'Shea's channel, when he be like, can I get an oh my God? Be like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? See, that means my voice is coming back. See, I'm able to do it now. I wasn't always able to do it. Oh my God. You know what I mean? I'm getting better. You know? You know, seeing like to play with his voice. You know, sometimes I'm, oh, you know, stuff like that, you know? Woo! You know what I mean? I'm coming back. It's starting to come back. I'm starting to get my shit back. I can't wait for the summer. Work out in this heat. That's when I'm really, my voice, my throat just be on point. My nigga can sing 2 concerts. You know? Let me see, I remember you saying 702 Stilo Hook. Nigga, if you don't get your ass up out of here, you was the one sitting over there doing that, what was that shit? You was the one talking about, he's mad, maybe I had him once, but I got him all the time. You can't sleep at night. That was you with your SWV ass talking about some, I get so weak. What did you mean by that? I get so weak in the knees. What type of man are you? The woman asked you, can you sing? And you sitting over there talking about, yeah, I can. She said, go ahead. You talking about some, I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly. You know, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you, man? And your father didn't know what was wrong with you because you had them tight ass shorts on, playing with your sister's Barbie dolls, talking about some, she drives me crazy. Da, da. She drives me crazy. You know what I mean? Like, your father didn't know what was going to be the outcome of you. Like, why my son like this? Why is my son in the kitchen talking about ow? Dun, 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 ow. Dun, 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 ow. Dun, 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 ow. Like, why is a little boy, did you like that ow part? Hold on. Why was you singing Brownstone if you want me short? You a little ass boy talking about some actions speak louder than words. Like, why'd you move your hand like that? What's wrong with you? You know what I mean? Why did you sing that? Why was you singing everybody else singing NWA and you singing Pebbles always? What's wrong with you? Okay, we over that 100 likes now. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button, man. Yeah, but your daughter, I mean, your father thought, you know, what's wrong with my son? Why is my son acting like my daughter? You know what I mean? Oh, I sound like I got, damn, that's how I sound with this haul? That's because my voice open now. I can breathe. You know, singing is about breathing. You gotta breathe right. Talking is even about breathing. Preaching, teaching, you gotta breathe right. You know? But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all hitting that like button, man. I want them likes to look like them viewers, though. You know, because this is a very important subject. I might not be able to get through it all. I ain't gonna try to over preach it, over talk it. You know what I mean? This really for my young niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the broads in the game, they might feel a certain way. A lot of the veteran pimps, they might feel a certain way. You know what I mean? I hate to say it, but they done made this pimp shit, man, just like in church, man. People just be saying things, you know what I mean, because they think it's the right thing to say. You know what I mean? But sin gonna keep that shit all the way 100. I'm not trying to make myself look good. You know what I mean? Hoes can talk about me. Square prostitutes can talk about me. Square ass handsome bitches can talk about me. But as long as I can look that man in the mirror and say, nigga, you the truth, that's all that motherfucking matter. You know what I mean? Because no matter what accomplishments you accomplish in the game, it's always gonna be some lame, hating Judas Iscariot, Benedict Arnold ass niggas, you know, trying to minimize and criticize your motherfucking greatness, you know? So don't even worry about that. Don't let no nigga's opinion have dominion over you. It could be a whole crowd of niggas that think whatever the fuck they think about you. Don't waste this one life that you got thinking about the opinion of meaningless ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Pimp past that shit. So I'm not here to sit up there and give you a perfect image. I'm not here to sit up there and show you the A's, all the A's on my report card. I'm showing you my evolution. I'm showing you, young P, that what you doing, that you felt bad, nigga, I did that, and I did way worse than you. You know what I mean? A lot of the older P's, they be speaking from a judgmental standpoint, from a judgmental perspective, but they never tell you, you know what I mean, about, you know, their F's, their mistakes, their yesterday. You know what I mean? The hurdles they had to sit up there and they tripped over. You know? So use me as an example on what to do and also example on what not to do. I haven't always been like this. You know, I don't give a fuck how fine a square is now. You know, a square not gonna get none of this. You'll never see Tasha K going live talking about we exposing pimps today. And Tasha K got 5 squares on the phone, you know what I mean? And she's sitting over there with 5 motherfucking squares and they talking about how they didn't fuck me and suck me and things like that and in a relationship with me. No, I don't live a double life. You know what I mean? I don't have no relationships, no girlfriends, boo things, and baby mamas, and having children with squares and shit on the side, and, you know, married and all of that. Ain't none of that. But, you know, this is a topic that a lot of people don't really like to deal with, and then some they deal with it, but they don't keep it real with it. You know what I mean? They don't be 100 with it. You know, they'll speak on somebody else instead of using they self. You know, now every P wasn't involved in some chipping. I'm not gonna put that on all P's, but one thing I will say, you know, a great percentage within the game when we first started, you know what I mean, and some even now, you got veteran motherfuckers that still chipping. Shit, you know what I mean, but you know, when motherfuckers first started in the game, when we was novices and didn't know anything, yes, you know what I mean, it was a whole lot of chipping going on, especially with me. You know, so I'm admitting that, and I've already admitted it in times past, but let me kick the motherfucking door down. Yeah, you know, when I first got into the game, I didn't have the game that I have now. I had to go through consequence. I had to go through adversity for that. I had to go through a correctional facility for that. I had to go through, you understand me, some misunderstandings for that. You know, I didn't come in the game with the game. I didn't come out my mama's pussy, you know what I mean, with the pimping, with uncommon information. No. You know, that shit sound good, but that's not really what it is. Make sure you hit that like button. This is too important of a message. You know, get them notifications out there. Everybody hit the like button. But let's just deal with some things. Now, in the game, you know, for those of you that don't know what chipping is when somebody that's professing to be a pimp or somebody that's actually possessing what they professing to be as far as this pimping decide to have sex. Not only is the bride not as hoe, but she's a square. All right? She's an absolute up and down, full-fledged, 100% square. You know what I mean? So this is somebody that is in the lifestyle of pimping and hoeing, and they're having sex with a woman who is not a participant in the lifestyle. She is a square. That is chipping. Whenever a pimp or somebody that's professing pimping have sex, you know what I mean, with a square, that's chipping. That's chipping. You know what I mean? That is chipping. And you know what I mean? When I first started in the game, yes, sin is guilty, you know what I mean, of all charges concerning chipping. You know, yeah, I had a little decent little mouthpiece, but my shit wasn't up to par like that. I didn't have no mentor. I wasn't reading books. I didn't have no films. I couldn't get on YouTube and see, let me see what Freeze or Sinful to P or Andre Taylor is talking about. I didn't have that. Not making no motherfucking excuses, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Everything I did, you know what I mean? I did it because I wanted to do it. And did it again because the fuck I wanted to do. So, you know, I'm not blaming nobody or, oh man, how come I ain't had no mentors and, you know, man, it's because of this. And no, I did what I did because that's what the fuck I wanted to do. Simplicity. So, okay, let's break some things down. Now that I define, you know what I mean, what chipping is, you know, let's talk a little bit. Now, in this game, before I begin to testify and later on glorify this game and give you reasons on why you should never, you know, participate, you know, in the chipping, you know what I mean, and just keep it all the way straight up and down pimping, you know what I mean? I get a happy birthday. Blessings to you, man. Happy birthday. I'm glad that God has blessed you to live another year. Y'all make sure y'all tell bro happy birthday in the comment section. Blessings to you, bro. I'm glad that Yahweh has blessed you to see another year. May the mercies of God abide and never subside on your life, man. Blessings to you. So, okay, let's take it back. You know, many times when we get into a debate, you have people that have different basically point of views pertaining to this topic, because you do have a representation in the game that think that, I mean, if she's a square, if she's a broad that's not in the game, you know what I mean, that it's, man, you ain't got no absolute, you gonna have one perspective, you know what I mean, telling you that a pimp should only be paying, a pimp should only be laying with a bitch basically that's paying his pimping. He should only be having sex with the woman that's putting her life in danger and motherfucking seducing and reducing strangers for him, you know what I mean, and bringing it back to him top of the morning. You know what I mean? You're going to have one representative, you know what I mean, with that perspective. Then you got some individuals, they say it out their mouth, but they don't really mean it though. You know what I mean? You always remember that hypocrisy is omnipresent. You got individuals that say the right thing, but their lifestyle is not on one accord with the right thing. So I don't want y'all to be confused. You know, a lot of guys on the internet, they might say some pimpish things in comment sections, and they might say some pimpish things in captions, but their actions is not on accord with the captions. You know what I mean? And they doing all type of things for these transactions. You know what I mean? Giving these women sexual satisfaction before even getting the accumulation out the bitch, but gave the bitch fornication. But we'll get in a motherfucking verbal conversation with this pimping, you know what I mean, and say, oh, pimps don't do this and pimps don't do that. But his lifestyle, you know what I mean, they don't want to accord with that. So we got people that talk it, you know what I mean, but man, very few that walk it. So you got one representative that'll tell you that, you know what I mean, a pimp, man, my dick can't even get hard. You might see a nigga, he get overtly pimpish. You know, my dick can't even get hard for a square. You know what I mean? My dick, I can't even have lust, you know what I mean, towards a broad man that ain't paying me. You know what I mean? That shit sound, you know, that shit sound hella pimpish. You know, it sound hella good. You know what I mean? To a motherfucker that don't know no better. You know, but the truth of the matter is, you know what I mean, if she's an attractive woman and she looks good, and you just so happen to see the bride, you know what I mean, then, you know, she's an attractive woman. You still a goddamn man. No matter what lifestyle you participating in, you still a damn man. You know what I mean? That ain't gonna change the fact that your dick get hard. Shit, motherfucker. So you got those that just be saying pimpish shit to sound the most pimpish, you know, but if you put them, if they was alone, if a woman got them in a secluded area, you know what I mean, and spoke to this man privately, you know what I mean, she could get the dick without giving this man currency. You know what I mean? You got that with most of them. They just talk a good one, you know, but they don't walk a good one. It's not on one accord, you know. But then you actually have some absolute authentic P's who actually, you know what I mean, believe, you know what I mean, what they're saying, and their life is on one accord with that. You know, they're not involved sexually with a woman that is not paying they pimping. Period, point blank. And it's not because, let me simplify this. A pimp is not a prostitute. A bitch can't just walk up to this motherfucking pimping and put $1,000 or $10. A pimp ain't no goddamn prostitute. So a bitch can't put no motherfucking money on the table, you know what I mean, and the pimp just take his dick out and, you know what I mean, say, ooh, let's just have a good time. No, I don't go like that. Make sure you hit the like button. Come on, man, this is too important of a topic for it to just be 266 people up in here. I mean, that's cool, but come on, man. I'm bringing this game this morning. Get the motherfucking likes up. I would motherfucking end this video and come back at another time, man. This is too important of a subject for y'all to be playing with this game right now. I told you to hit this like button. Get them likes up. We should have been had the likes over 200 by now. You know what I mean? Stop lollygagging and procrastinating and shit. Take your motherfucking finger, man, and hit that damn like button. As a matter of fact, I'm not even gonna continue till I see them likes over 200, man. This shit too vital. You know? Speaking to the young P's in the game right now, man, and y'all playing with it. So when I see them likes over 200, man, I continue, man. Like number 155. Good morning, baby. Good morning to you, Robert. Yeah. Right, we got to do the things that's vital to the title, man. And bro said, hit that like button, man. They trying to get to the game. You know? Make them look like they live a weight scale, H-Town in the house. Yeah, man, y'all not going to play with this game, man. It's too important of a subject, man. We got damn near 300 people in here, man. You know what I'm saying? Stop it. With these many people up in the game, you know what I mean? We're not going to do that. You know, this sinful to peas. You sit up there, you know what I mean? You give likes to all that squares, dumbass shit that's on YouTube. You ain't going to treat the game like that. No. The more likes, the more notification that the message you get. But, okay, check. You said where is the like button? The thumb up button. All you got to do on your phone or on your laptop, when you see the thumb up button or the thumb down button, that's the thumb up button is the like button. The thumb down button is the dislike button. Simple. So just hit the motherfucking thumb up button, man. God damn. Nigga said, what's the like button? Bless his heart. But yeah, man, getting to this game that I never left. You know, when you might have an individual, you know what I mean, and he'll tell, you know, he's not gonna, yeah, baby, but what they don't understand is that the dislike even helps you get notified. You know what I mean? So even the dislike, if you get a dislike, it's just almost like getting a like. Stupid motherfucker. You know what I mean? So that still helps, you know, the recommendation. Yeah, so shout out to the ones that even disliked it. Moving on. When it comes to, you know, that part right there, you have individuals, man, that, you know, are real full-fledged pimps. And they're not going to get involved in any sexual activities, man, with no woman, man, that's not paying they pimping. And it's not, you know, I wanted to break that down to y'all and let you know, man, that a pimp is not a prostitute. You can't pay a pimp for his dick. You know what I mean? When a pimp has sex, you know, with his woman or women, it's because that's what he decided to do. He decided to bless the bride. Okay? Appreciate that, man. Good looking, man. West side of Chicago. Appreciate that. A whole bunch of ones beat a whole bunch of nuns, baby. Bless us to that. Okay, but, you know, a pimp is not a fucking prostitute. A bitch can't walk up and just throw money on the table and a pimp take his dick out. So a bitch can sit up there and give a pimp $100,000. It's not guaranteed that after she give a pimp that quarter, you know, or that half a meal or a meal, that, you understand me, he gonna take out his dick out and just start fucking. You know what I mean? So I don't want you to have that mentality. Oh, so the pimps, they get paid to have sex too. No. People be explaining that shit completely wrong. That's why I'm here this morning. A pimp is not a prostitute. All right? So let's get that understanding. When that woman decides to be with that man, you know, and she could be attractive, it's not guaranteed that the pimpin' is going to have sex with her, especially when he's seasoned in the game. Now, a young pimp that's a novice and, you know, still wet behind the ears and still allowing his dick, you know what I mean, to control his situation and all that type of shit, you know what I mean, he got to go through some things to learn this shit. You know, he might fall to the wayside. You know, he might do some things that's definitely contrary, you know what I mean, in the beginning. But in the ninth inning, man, he should be a little more seasoned with this shit. And no, man, you know, there's no square. There's no woman right now, no matter how beautiful she is, you know what I mean, that can come have sex with Sinful to P right now if I'm not presiding over her in my lifestyle. And all the rest of the authentic representation in the game is just like that. You know what I mean? You're not going to, a seasoned pimp, especially a well-known pimp who's known for pimping. You know what I mean? His reputation in the game is too established. He's too important. He's too important, you know what I mean, to put that smut on his name, to put that blemish, you know what I mean, on his record. You know what I mean? He's too much, you know what I mean, of a man, too important of a pimp, you know what I mean, to disrespect himself. You know, now that you're established in the game, you know cross country, or you know internationally, you know what I mean, you don't want to be known for being a porno star. You don't want to be known for chipping. You don't want to be known, you know what I mean, for big dick dipping, you know what I mean, in the bitch pussy. You want to be known, you understand me, for motherfucking getting currency out of this bitch pussy from all over the land, you know what I mean, breaking every motherfucking man. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want. That's what you want, you know, to be known for. You want to be known for pimping. You don't want to be known for a nigga that's eating pussy, eating booty, and licking motherfucking toes on OnlyFans for the bands. No, on that. Before I get all into my top. Hey, man, I don't care, you know, who your favorite rapper is. Hey, your favorite rapper might got some of the coldest pimp songs known to man. But hey man, the pimping don't do that. The pimping ain't having sex with his hoe or having sex with hoes or having sex with bitches on OnlyFans. Oh, but P, man, you know, what's the name making, you know what I mean, 200, 300, I wouldn't give a lovely fuck. You know what I mean? It's just something on the inside of that man that's governing that man, that's hindering that man from participating in any, you know what I mean, foolery, buffoonery, foolishness. You know what I mean? The pimping don't do that. So you would never see, you know what I mean, a seasoned, authentic, you know what I mean, pimp on OnlyFans sitting over there trying to sit up there and dick his way to the top. Not pimp his way to the top, but dick his way to the top. It is completely motherfucking unpimpish. It's abominable, disrespectful to the game. You know, if a pimp do got an OnlyFans account, he might be talking about golf or, you know, showing something, or maybe he got some content on there, but it ain't gonna never be a pimp having sex with his hoe or hoes on OnlyFans. You know what I mean? That's a porno star. You know what I mean? A pimp is not a porno star. We're not into that. You know, we're known for being well-groomed, established Renaissance men, men that are informative representatives about life and the lifestyle of pimping and hoeing. We are the embodiment of uncommon information and inspiration and exhortation, you know what I mean, for a hoe. All of this, you know what I mean, porno activities and all of this shit, niggas trying to dick their way to the top, lick their way to the top, you know what I mean? And I done seen niggas do that type of shit. And they gotta run. Don't get it twisted. You know what I mean? That so-called boyfriend pimping, I've seen a lot of niggas get a run in the game. You know, but you have to understand that all runs come to an end, especially, you know what I mean, when you sitting over there trying to dick your way to the top. You know what I'm saying? When you trying to sit up there and dick your way to the top, you are predestined for failure. You are predestined, you understand me, to sit up there and be. Okay, appreciate that, baby. I see you over here, you know, sending that Teasy. I appreciate that. Teasy done sent, you know what I mean, that good 5-0 on the Cash App. Blessings to you. You know what I mean? Okay, Diane, I see you done sent blessings to Diane, baby. I see you done sent another 100, you know what I mean, on the PayPal. Okay, so y'all, you know, glory to the game. Okay, I see you. But one thing that, you know, you have to understand, you know, when you get seasoned in the game, when you're known for pimping, you know, and I hate to say this, but this is just real shit. You got pimps that are so in love with their pimping, so in love with their reputation in the game. He take more pride in his pimping, and he would never disrespect his reputation now that he got it established. He loved his legacy that he created in the pimping far more greater than a lot of y'all pastors and bishops at church. I'm here to tell you that, you understand me, pimps, you know what I mean, even though y'all see them as the most disgusting individuals on earth, I'm here to tell you that, you know what I mean, it's some motherfucking full-fledged pimps that stick to the standards of this game, you know what I mean, more than individuals that y'all exalt, you know what I mean, in y'all little square-ass society. And that's just real. You know, it's some pimps that would never sit up there. You know what I mean? They got too much integrity. They get too much honesty to be doing some Derrick Jackson ass shit. You know what I mean? That type of behavior is beneath a man that's really motherfucking possessing and professing this pimping, man. You know what I mean? Nah. Nigga ain't falling to no wayside. Nigga ain't about to be a victim, man, to sexual lust, to some pussy. No. So, you know what I mean? That's now. I'm speaking like that now. You know what I mean? Because I love the game. Shout out to Sepulveda the Prince, Bill, what's happening, King Oz, what's happening, man? Blessings to you. That's me now that I've evolved, but it haven't always been like that. All right? It haven't always been like that. Those of you that know now we about to, you know, get into some shit, you know what I mean? But let me explain. I'm going to explain the difference between different opinions and perspectives, you know what I mean, by the pimping. I'm going to allow you to make the decision. So like I said, on one hand, you have pimps, you know, who say, man, nigga gonna pimp from, you understand me, from his mind. A pimp gonna pimp from his mouth. A pimp ain't gonna pimp from his hip. You know what I mean? A pimp ain't gonna pimp from, you understand me, the bedroom. Pimp gonna pimp, you understand me, from the motherfucking mind room. You know what I mean? That's what a motherfucker gonna do. Nigga ain't gonna sit up there, you understand me, and try to pimp from the bedroom, man. Fuck that. You know, so you got one pimp with his perspective of, you know, pimps don't have sex with squares. A pimp dick only gonna get hard, you know what I mean, for a bitch that's going hard on the boulevard, you understand me, for his motherfucking revenue, you know? And then you have the other pimp that actually thinks that, you know, when you're dealing with a square, you know, it shouldn't matter. You know, everything should be, and I'm gonna keep it all the way real, because we're gonna get all into it. You have those that think in the game that, you know, different situations gonna bring different, you know, action, behavior. And, you know, you might be dealing with a square and you might have to do some chipping to do some pimping. I'm just telling you the mindsets of different representatives in the game. You know, they might not even verbally say it, but mentally they think it. Individual might say to himself, you know, it might be a woman who's a college student, or this woman might come from a two-parent background and she college educated, you know, and, you know, you spending time with this woman, and the best way to turn on and turn out this woman to the game is get her to like you as a man first. Okay, so if she likes me mentally, if she likes me, you know what I mean, physically, and, you know, we spiritually and emotionally connected, then the probability of her participating and accumulating in the game, you know what I mean, is very motherfucking high. Simply because, you know what I mean, she likes me as a man, which is true. When a woman likes you as a man, it don't matter what lifestyle you in. You can be a gangster. You can be a pimp. You can be a killer. You could be a drug dealer. You could be a preacher. You could be a teacher. You know what I mean? You can sit up there, you understand me, and be a pediatrician. You might be a Presbyterian. You might be a Roman Catholic. It don't matter what lifestyle you're in. If a woman likes you as a man, she will get in your lifestyle. I've had some women fuck with me. They didn't really care about the lifestyle of pimping and hoeing, but she decided. People really just don't understand that. Why she fucking with him? He a pimp. Why she fucking with him? He a garbage can man. He a damn janitor. Why she fucking with him? He work at McDonald's. Why she fucking with him? And just to give you guys, you have to understand that every bitch is knockable. The reason why a lot of you guys don't knock these bitches is because you see that bitch high in the sky. You think that that woman is more important than you. You think that that ass and them titties and that pretty ass face is more valuable than you. And that's exactly why you can't knock her motherfucking ass, because you see that bitch more valuable than you see your damn self. And that's why you not knocking. You already come into the conversation mentally defeated. You looking at her career and what she drive and what she got on and how big her booty is and, you know, how pretty her face is and all that dumbass shit. You exalting the bitch. You having a worship service in your mind for this bitch. You made the bitch more important than who you are. And anytime a man values a woman, you know what I mean, more than he values his goddamn self, he already starting wrong. This shit already started wrong before he even said hello. Before he even said hello to the bitch, he is already mentally defeated. He is predestined to go to the destination of failure. Because he looking at, oh my God, she's so fine and she's so gorgeous. Nigga, fuck all of that. That bitch take a shit just like you take a shit. That bitch gonna have a period this month. That bitch make mistakes. That bitch sit up there and done some stupid shit in her life. The bitch could be gorgeous and just be as dizzy as the word dizzy, and you sitting over here exalting this bitch. You might be talking to a bitch, you understand me, that don't got no character, don't got no principle, but she gorgeous. But she gorgeous though. Get past the physical appearance and stop looking at these women with your natural eye. Stop it. Look at that woman from the eyes of the game. When you look at a woman from the eyes of the game will cause you and compel you to speak to the woman in her instead of the image that she's conforming to. It's a difference. That's why a lot of y'all don't knock on the blade. That's why a lot of y'all not knocking. You understand me? In the places that you're endeavoring to campaign at, you're speaking to images that. So because, shout out to Bill, appreciate that cash app, bro. Because you're speaking to the images that these women are conforming to instead of speaking to the actual person, that's why you don't reach the person. That's why you don't reach the woman, because you're sitting over there speaking to the image that she's conforming to. That's why. You got to get past the facade that she putting on. You got to get past the makeup. You got to get past the Oscar Award performance that she got. You got to get past 200,000 followers. You got to get past filters and shit on Instagram. You got to get past that shit. Stop looking at her from the eyes of a lame. Look at a bitch, you know what I mean? From your natural eye, you are looking at her just like every other nigga looking at her. But if you look at her the way that the game see her, if you allow the game to be your eyes, you'll see a woman, you know what I mean, that's conflicted. You'll see a woman that's affected. You'll see a woman that's neglected, you know what I mean? And you'll see a woman, man, that's in need, you know what I mean, of the information that you are possessed by. You know what I mean? So let's just keep that thing, you know what I mean, all the way, you know what I mean, 100, man. You know, a lot of y'all, I wasn't even going there, but the game led me there. You know what I mean? Some of y'all in this comment section, you know what I mean, you're not knocking. You are not catching. You are in the States, but you go holus and dolus for months. You are holus, you go holus and dolus for damn near a year. Something is wrong with that. You going without knocking a bitch. You going without knocking hoes. You going without interviews. You going without, you understand me, charges. You going without getting in somebody's business. Something is wrong with you. You need to sit up there, you understand me, and check your post. You just might be dead. You just might be dead. You understand me? But I just had to hit you niggas in the chest. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's coming this summer. You know what I mean? It's just a bitch. Confidence, part 2. And I guarantee you part 2 is going to sit up there and kill part 1. You niggas love part 1, but part 2 going to sit up there and knock part 1 off the table. Got way more game now. Plus the markability is different. So, you know, let's speak about it. You got 1P, you know what I mean, that, man, keep your dick in your pants, man. You know what I mean? I don't pimp from the hip. I pimp from the lip, man. I pimp, you understand me, from my mind. I ain't trying to hit a bitch from behind. You know, he gonna say all these pimpish things, and, you know, he might sincerely believe that. And then you got 1P, you know what I mean, that his endeavors is to get the woman to like him as a man first. That's his endeavors. He wants that woman to like him as an individual first, because he thinks if I can get the woman to like me as a man, then that gives me the opportunity as a representative in the game, you know what I mean, to preside over her. If she likes Philip, she'll give Sinful to P a chance. If she likes Philip the man, she just might sit up there, you know what I mean, and walk down the avenue for my motherfucking revenue, you know what I mean, and Sinful to P. Because she like, you understand me, Philip, you know what I mean, as the man. You know what I mean? So you got different perspectives, and I'm going to explain. I told you that, you know what I mean, I was going to speak about both perspectives, you know what I mean, later on within the video. But let me just tell you some things about myself. You know, many of you already know that Sin, you know, was very sexual in the beginning. And I just want these young P's, man, to know that you're not alone. Some of you got, you know what I mean, some sexual problems. You haven't allowed this game to purify you. You haven't really made that decision yet, you know, to completely conform into the mentality of a pimp. You getting paid like a pimp. You got different bras, but, you know, you still got that square aroma on you. Yeah, you still, you know, tender. You tender. You know what I mean? You talk good game, but all a bitch got to do is grab you by the dick, and all your power is gone. You know, fornication is your kryptonite. You know, So, you a slave, to the pussy and head of a woman. You're a victim to it. You know what I mean? You're tender dick. You know what I mean? You soft. You're fuck. You know what I mean? You still got that spirit of, you know what I mean, man. I want to have fun than funds. you know. Some of you niggas got that mentality of, you know what I mean? Hey man, you know what I mean? I treat this pussy man just like the pastor, you know what I mean? Treat his money at church, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna sit up there, you understand me? And I'm gonna take 90%, you know what I mean, to myself, and I'm gonna give 10%, man, to these tricks, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let these tricks have 10%, you know what I mean? I'm gonna sit up there, you understand me, and take 90%, you know what I mean, of myself. Some of y'all got that mentality. You having more fun, you know what I mean, with the bitch. You having more fun, you understand me, with them hoes, you know what I mean, than the tricks is having. And your money, you know what I mean, your pockets show that. You know, some of y'all treating the pussy, you know what I mean, just like pastors and ministers in the church, you know what I mean? Okay, now this 90% mine, and I'm gonna give 10% to God. You know what I mean? Let me give my 10% tithes and offers. Okay, God, here's your 10%, and I'm gonna take this 90. Some of y'all doing the same thing with the pussy. Some of y'all doing the same thing with the damn pussy. Okay, 10%, you know what I mean, for the game. You know what I mean? 90% for my dick. Some of y'all got that same mentality. You know? Okay, that's 10%. Okay, there you go, tricks. This y'all 10%, and this 90% for me. You know? Every time the bitch look up, you know what I mean, your dick is out. You know? Soon as the bitch wake up, you want some head. You know what I mean? The bitch in the bathroom, you know what I mean? Man, home business. You up in there tearing her up. You know? Oh, baby, hold on. Oh man, you look too. Yeah, you got to give me some of that before you go to work. Oh my God, I took 20 years to get my makeup right. I understand that, but yeah, I got to get this in before you go, bitch. Come on, bend that shit over. You know. And the reason why I can speak on these things, because sin is not speaking just from, the consequences I've seen, because I've seen others, man, fall by the wayside. I've seen other people's reputation get damaged, you know what I mean, talking about, with their chipping, you know what I mean? I done seen that be some people's downfall, you know what I mean, that chipping. Having sex with squares, not just having sex with squares, but getting squares pregnant, having children with squares, while you're actively and currently in the game, ooh, wowzers. But let's take it back. If any of you pay attention to sin's pretty much my life, and I haven't told you everything because I got to save things for the book, but believe you me, you know what I mean? My first book, you're going to be in love with, you know what I mean? Because it's the absolute truth. Everything not going to make me look good, but that's just how the truth is. The truth don't make you look good all the time, So anytime that you're reading someone's book and, individuals are sitting over there talking about, this and that and that and this, and they never say anything. There's nothing that makes them look bad. They're always superior. They're always high in the sky all the time. It's a lie. And that's one of the major reasons why sin does not read pimp books, because I know these niggas are embellishing they pimping. So I don't, that's for the squares. I ain't about to sit up there and read a whole bunch of damn lies. I want somebody that's going to keep that shit thorough. I know this game. I know it's ups and downs in this shit. I know niggas P don't stand for perfect, But let's kick some game for a minute. Let's tell the truth on sin for a minute. Many of you already know how I sit up there and got to kiss this bitch. Let's go back. To the first time. Just to give you guys, 2 minutes of why things were the way that they were, prior to me getting in the game. That I was a singer. That I was singing in R&B groups and things like that, and at that time, it wasn't like this now. Back then, man, sin was singing every day. That's all I wanted to do was write songs, and I wanted to give y'all great music, man. Music was just what I was on at that time. I wasn't thinking about no pimping. I just wanted to travel the world and, put out classic, you know what I mean? Not pimp, R&B songs and R&B, this and that, and just fuck some of the beautifulest women that God has ever made. I always wanted to have, as before I got in the game, that was the lifestyle that I wanted to live as a young nigga. To be able to just travel, from state to state, country to country, and you just got beautiful women, just waiting on you. You know what I mean? Like wow. You got a diamond album, you got this platinum album, and these women, you sing into an audience, and every woman in the audience, man, just want to sit up there and just rape you. That's the young nigga will just, that's a young nigga's fantasy, man. So check it out. During that time, I told you guys, me and Freeze and some other P's, man, had this conversation, one time. And I had to say, I had to keep it real, man. I done had some fun in the game and I done did my thing, but just to be real, man, 2006 was my most sexual year of my life. You know what I mean? Now, some P's is different, but for me, no, I had more sex prior to me being in the game than me being in the game. Because of course, after I got out of prison, I was more polished and I had a chance to, think about things. So I slowed down. But 2006 was the most sexual year of my life. Vegas was just beautiful. You know what I'm saying? 21 going on 22 years old at the time. 2006, man. Oh my God. Sex was about as easy as breathing the air of God. You could be walking on the strip on your way to, into a casino. You coming up the stairs and just some old fine ass woman, coming off the stairs. Now you and the next thing you know, you in her hotel room, sitting over there slapping cheeks. I'm trying to tell you that this type of shit was normal. This was a normal thing, during that time for me. You know what I mean? This shit was normal. It was just normal as hell to meet a total stranger on the strip. You know what I mean? In less than an hour, I'm in a hotel room or at a place sitting over there bending that thing over. You know what I mean? That's just the way it was. And especially, during that time, man, singing and, in the Indigo Lounge with, at that time, Mocha was doing their thing, Next Movement, of course. And there's another little group that we used to perform with at times. But after you do a show, after you finish singing, you was going to have older and younger women, that was going to be at you. So the pussy was there. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know how a young nigga is, your dick get hard. You ain't even got to think about sex. Dick just hard as a motherfucker. It could be a woman just come up, I really enjoyed you. You were nice. I just like, your voice. You got a very, man. And just off that, with her shaking my hand, my dick is hard as a motherfucker. Now I want to fuck. That's just how it was. I'm just keeping this thing 100. So, at that time, sex was just, it was just there, man. I would have to say that Vegas is the most easiest city to get pussy in. That's just my opinion. Now, other people might say other cities, but I would have to say that Vegas is the easiest city to get pussy. A motherfucker can't get no pussy in Vegas, man. I don't know what's going on. Vegas is the easiest city to get pussy in. That's just my opinion. Some people might sit up there and get in the comment section and they might say something else. But from my experience, you know what I mean? That my dick is cross country. My dick is international. But, yeah, nigga, I would have to say that Vegas is the easiest motherfucking place. That shit easy. So when I finally got in the game in 2007, you have to understand that who you were prior to being in the game, that'll play a big part of who you're going to be, the type of character that you will have in the game once you become a participant in the lifestyle. especially when you haven't been pruned and, sanctified and purified, Now, certain things I will say that, it's common peace sense, that ain't common. And I understand that, I respect that, and I accept that, and I believe that, but there are certain things that, you're going to have to gain that information from an experience, or you're going to have to get into a conversation with the pimping, and you're going to have to get sharpened, with some by the ism. So wisdom come from experience, and wisdom come from chopping it up with this ism. Sitting over there, you understand me, standing amongst the pimping, and the pimping sitting over there reproving and correcting your motherfucking ass about a lot of unpimping shit that you saying and doing on the blade. But a lot of you niggas, you understand me, you don't get them choppings, you don't get them motherfucking rebukings and roastings like you supposed to, because you so afraid of approaching the peas. You know what I mean? So by you not coming in a pimp circle, you missing a lot. You're not coming to the bricks. So by you not sitting over there coming outside, coming amongst the pimping, you involved in some abominations without the spirit of condemnation, simply because you're not having conversations with the pimping so they can correct your motherfucking ass about all that unpimping shit that you saying and doing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, so I get in the lifestyle, in that 07. Keisha, what's happening, baby? Good morning. I sit up there, you understand me, Teasy, what's happening? I get in, the lifestyle in 07, and I still had that aroma on me. I still had that square, aroma on me. And what I mean by that is I had not conformed all the way, to the mentality of the pimping. It's a process. You have to understand, when you get into the game, you don't come into the game with the game. You know what I mean? Your P don't stand for perfect. It should stand for perfecting, but it don't stand for perfect. So I'm showing you the evolution of myself. Okay, let's deal with some things that sin did that was unpimpish. But I kept doing it because of the results of these unpimpish activities, just like many of you do. You think that it's okay to keep doing what you're doing simply because the outcome turned into some income. So because, simply you dealing, let's say if an individual knows something to be wrong or don't know something to be wrong, but the outcome turned into a big income. If the outcome turned into some income, especially with a young nigga, he's going to sit up there and try to make the wrong into right. You know what I mean? But no, even wrong does not turn into right just because you ended up getting this bitch. Remember, the way that you start, is the way that that's the way that you gonna end. And if you start with the dick, you mostly gonna, have to end that way. It's kind of, I'm not saying that it's impossible, but you have to remember that you initiated this with fornication. You turned the bitch on and out to your dick. You didn't turn the bitch on and out to straight lace up and down pimping. And it's a difference. It's a difference from turning the bitch on to you and turning the bitch on to some game. It's the difference from turning the bitch out, to you as a man and turning the bitch out to some game that's inside of you as a man. It's a difference, a complete difference. But let's deal with some unpimpish activities of Sinful to P. We ain't got to talk about nobody else. Sinful to P, then there's a lot of dumbass shit in his yesterday, so we could just stay on me and just laugh at my dumb ass. Come on. So let's go back, to the OPM. Some of y'all already know what I'm about to say. Even though some of the things I'm getting ready to say you had never heard, but let's go back when things first started. Because I told you guys, man, in Vegas and the 07 days, I keep telling y'all, man, the OPM was the hottest club in Vegas. If you could not get no pussy in the OPM, you had to be a gay man. You had to either be gay or dead. I don't give a fuck if you ugly as hell. If you ain't got no game, just shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Just be quiet. Don't say nothing. Because everybody got them friends where we 3-4 niggas deep, and it's always that one friend that fucked the pussy up. It's that one friend that open his mouth and just ruin all goddamn thing. You know what I mean? He might be eye candy for a bitch, but as soon as he open his mouth, he fucks the whole vibe up. Some of you niggas just need to shut up. I'm talking to squares and even niggas in the man, be quiet. Shut up. You know what I mean? Now you done talk, the bitches, they don't want to suck and fuck no more, man. You done fucked up every goddamn thing. Damn. But you had 3 different individuals that would fuck up the pussy. Either, you know, if he didn't get no pussy, it was because he was dead, or, you know, he was a gay man, or number 3, which happens a lot. You know what I mean? Sitting over there saying the wrong. But anyway, man, you know what I mean? This one particular night, man, I come into OPM, and y'all already know what it is, man. At that time, you know what I mean, man, you know, it's just so many thick ass women and women shaking that ass, man, and sweating, they throwing that booty left and right. You know what I mean? It's just, man, the spirit of fornication is just high in the room. You know? Shit was so easy then, man. You know what I mean? You could sit up there while a bitch grinding, and you know what I mean, while a bitch sitting over there twerking and shit. You could put your dick on the bitch ass and she sit up there, you understand me, and feel that, you understand, that manhood arising. You know what I mean? Now her mood done changed. You know, now she ready to get out the club. You know, we done danced to a good 2-3 song. Now she ready to get up out of here, you know what I mean, and see what it do and what it don't do. Now she ready. You know, that's just how it was. But anyway, just picture, you know, we in the club, T-Pain, E40 going on, you know what I mean? Trying to get to you and that monkey, trying to get to you and that monkey, you know what I mean? Trying to get to you and that booty, you know what I mean? So they playing, trying to get to you and that booty, you know what I mean? Bitches just shaking that ass, you know what I mean? Everybody just having a good time, you know, ass and titties is just bouncing around. Oh, okay, you know? So, you know what I mean? This bitch, she just shaking that ass. You know what I mean? So I was dancing with one bitch. I never really told you. I was dancing with one bitch. Next thing you know, now I'm dancing with her. You know, and I didn't mind because her ass was just bigger. You know what I mean? So she just sitting over there just throwing that thing and shit. You know, but now this shit feeling good to me, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, I told you, man. During this time, Sin is 23 years old. We already know, man. Well, I can't speak for everybody else's dick. You know what I mean? But I don't get high. I don't do drugs. You know, so any woman that know me, I don't have them type of problems. I've never had a problem of getting it up and keeping it up. I've never had them type of problems. You know what I mean? Thank you, Lord. But anyway, the bitch, she's sitting up there throwing her ass back. You know what I mean? I'm dancing all on the ass and shit. I'm like, oh, you know. But after the song is over, you know what I mean? We talking, you know what I mean? I'm like, man, why don't we get out of here, you know what I mean? So we can hear each other. And she just instantly just leaves with me, you know? And what I didn't tell y'all is that she was actually there, you know what I mean, with some people. She ain't come there with no man. She had no man at the time. But she was actually there with her little friends and shit. We sit up there, you know what I mean? We walking and talking, you know what I mean, through Caesar's Palace and shit, you know what I mean? And I'm complimenting her, she complimenting me. But I already knew where this was going. I already know, you understand me, where this was going, because even though we laughing and, you know, we doing all of this flirting and all of this shit like that, like in my mind, like, bitch, you felt this motherfucking dick on your ass, bitch. I know I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? Now, of course, at that time, I wasn't polished or, you know, had game like I had now, but you know what I mean? A man know when he can fuck. Smack your neighbor and say, man, a man know when he can fuck. So, you know, we sit up there, man, and go to the car. We done chopped it so much. We done talked, you know what I mean, out of Caesars, and now we in the car. And we instantly get to it. You know what I mean? We instantly get into it. No hesitation. We go to the back of the car, man, we in there fucking. Legs is up. You know what I mean? Sin is tearing it up. You know? So, you know, I'm sitting over there, you know what I mean, fucking the bitch, you know what I mean? She got her motherfucking legs up and shit like that. You know what I mean? I'm just enjoying myself, you know? And after sitting over there, you know what I mean, fucking the first time, you know what I mean, we talk a little bit. You know, Sin gonna always keep it all the way real. What y'all do next, Sin? What pimpish thing did you say? No, I didn't talk about it then. We got to it again. We fucked again. Yeah, remember that Staple Singer song that I played earlier? Yeah, you know what I mean? Let's do it again. You know what I mean? Let's do it in the morning. Yeah, you know, I'm from Chicago, man, the home of the Staple Singers, man. So, you know, we had to do it again. So, no, it wasn't no cigarette smoking. No, wasn't none of that. You know what I mean? No, We sat up there, man. You know, that was cool after the first time, but now niggas know what I'm talking about. You done bust a nut, so you already know, man. You know what I mean? The second nut about to be, you know what I mean, even tougher to get. So now I'm really ready to sit up there, you understand me, and smash this bitch. So we sit up there, you know what I mean, get to that again. And then, matter of fact, no. When we was talking during that break, no. Before we got to the second time, even though we ended up fucking 3 times, before we got to the second time, she ended up asking me what I do. That wasn't after the second time, that was before the second time. You know? So she sit up there and she said, you know, so what do you do? She trying to find out what job I got and all of this shit. She trying to find out where I work at. You know, what do you do? You would have thought that Martin Lawrence was in the car. You would have thought that Eddie Murphy in his prime was in the car. The bitch just started laughing, you know, uncontrollably. You know what I mean? Simply because I said that I just became a pimp 5 days ago. I was like, oh yeah, I just got in the game 5 days ago. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just became a pimp 5 days ago. And the bitch thought I was playing. And she just laughing. She said, no, seriously. Oh my God, I wasn't ready. She said, okay, you know what I mean? But for real, what do you do? And now I'm looking offended. I'm like, bitch, I just told you. I just became a pimp 5 days ago. I just like, why she want me to repeat myself? Shit. I just became a pimp 120 hours ago, bitch. Goddamn. So, she's sitting over there. Well, you ain't gonna pimp me. You know how square. You ain't gonna pimp me. You know what I mean? But you can sit up there and, you know what I mean, and pimp this pussy with that dick. You know what I mean? We sitting up there laughing and chopping it up and everything like that. And make a long story short, we ended up, you understand me, fucking again. You know what I mean? For the 3rd time. You know? And I ain't gonna lie. I remember each time, but that 3rd time was a motherfucker. I threw her ass up. We was in there sweating like a motherfucker. So after we finished, you know what I mean, sweating and everything like that, you know, the conversation come up again. And she asked me, she say, what do you do? For real, what do you do? I said, man, you thought that I was playing, man, but I just got in the game, man. I'm serious, man. This is what I want to do. I don't want to work no job. You know what I mean? I don't want to do nothing else but pimp. That's it. You know what I mean? I want, you know what I mean? That's all I want to do is pimp. I don't want no girlfriend. I don't want no wife. I don't want no job. I don't want none of that square ass shit. I want a hoe. All I want to do is pimp. And so, make a long story short, she began to ask me all these little questions and things like that. And I'm answering it to the best of my green ability. And, she liking the things that I'm saying. You know, when you green as hell in the game, you know, action come to you, you know what I mean, like the ear of God. You know, when you green as fuck, you know, when a pimp first start in the game, when he a novice, when he green as fuck, you just get action from everywhere. You just get opportunities, you know what I mean, to pimp from everywhere. When you ignorant, when you don't know nothing, you know, opportunities just, you getting golden opportunities, you know what I mean, in the days, you know what I mean, of your youth, man. You know what I mean? Golden ones. You know, opportunities later on, you'll be like, damn, you know what I mean? Shit, man, what's going on? Any pimp will tell you in the beginning. And I told y'all the reason why. When you ignorant, you gonna say things and do things that you wouldn't have never said. You know, I mean, when you ignorant, you don't have the game. You don't have no reputation. So you moving with no condemnation. You know, you doing a lot of shit that's wrong, but you moving in your ignorance. So by you moving in your ignorance, of course, opportunities is going to gravitate to you because you have no reputation. You have no information really to uphold. So of course, a novice, an individual that just started in the game, they gonna have opportunities out of this world. And that was me. I was having so many opportunities. So this was the thing that changed the whole temperature, of the conversation. When she said these words, and that's why I always tell you guys in consultations, when a woman say these words to you, she has put the ball in your hand. When a woman sit up there and say these words, when she say, well, if I was to be your hoe, or if I was to be with you, I told you, anytime a woman say some shit like that, she's taking it into consideration. She's thinking about it. And that's all you need a bitch to do is think about it. You're taking it into consideration. You're thinking about doing some participation in the game with me. Because if you truly abhorred the lifestyle like Squares profess to, you wouldn't even take in consideration. So the fact that you're actually considering selling pussy, the fact that you're considering, sitting over there hitting licks off tricks and seducing and reducing these tricks and motherfucking putting your life in danger, breaking these strangers and shit. The fact that you even considering it, that's all I need. And even though I was green as hell at the time, I just wasn't, the individual to play with. Even when I was green, I was dangerous. When that bitch sit up there and said, well, if I was to be your hoe, yeah, that's all I needed to hear. That's all that young Sinful P needed to hear. I've always had, that game. I've always had the faith game. So I could be talking to a woman, and I'm always going to speak to her as if she's basically my hoe already. Especially after you say those words right there, you have pretty much gave me an alley-hoop and given me the chance to be Sean Kemp in his prime and just slam dunk the motherfucker. Anytime a woman say, if I was to be your hoe or if I was to be with you, she is giving you a Gary Payton, pass. And she's giving you the opportunity to be Sean Kemp when she do that. And that's exactly what the fuck I did. She threw an alley-oop and I 360'd that motherfucker, and I told her, what was getting ready to happen. And she accepted it. No rejection, no nothing. She went from, oh, you ain't gonna be pimping me, to, okay, well, what if I was to be your hoe? Then it went from, well, what if I was to be your hoe to, do you want me to quit my job? That's exact the fuck words. Do you want me to quit my job? Or do you want me to finish the week? Because I get paid on Friday. I get paid on Friday. Let me say this. Another reason why, I got to that point with her and many others is because I was not fronting. She knew that I didn't have no mansion and 5 broads and all of that shit. She was into me. She was digging on Phil. She liked Phil the man. And that gave Sinful P a chance. This is just real. So, I told her that, yeah, you gonna sit up there, you understand me, and pick up that check. But, don't sit up there, you understand me, and, get your hopes high, with this damn job and shit. All that 401k and all that shit, fuck all of that. We get all the benefits and all the shit that the game got to offer right here on this Las Vegas Boulevard. So yeah, what you should do right now, I had enough sense, even in my green days, what you should do right now is give me every dollar that's in your purse right now. If you truly want to fuck with me, give me every dollar, that you got. And the bitch sat up there, you understand me, with no motherfucking hesitation. Sat up there, you understand me. My dimples coming out now. She sat up there and took her motherfucking purse. I lied to you not. Went inside the purse, man. Some of these niggas got $10,000 stories and $1 million stories. Hey man, that bitch didn't sit up there, man, and give me nothing but, you know what I mean? It was just a 160, 170 some dollars, man. You know what I'm saying? Sin keep his testimonies thorough, man. That bitch ain't sit up there and give me nothing but, you know what I mean, 170 some dollars, man. You know, it was between like 160, 180 some dollars, man. If I was a betting man, I would say, you know what I mean, that it was like 169, 168, something like that. You know, so, you know, I know some of y'all like, man, I thought she was going to pull out 20,000, 50,000. No, man, no. But she gave me every dime. She gave me every dime, and she didn't know how that made me feel. Now, of course, I'd already told y'all how I felt when I got my first trap. But now I'm campaigning and I'm moving the way, you know what I mean, that I'm moving because I don't have no mentor. I'm not reading books. I'm not watching pimp films, and cross country pimping wasn't even out at the time. And you know what I mean? Wasn't no Sinful to Pee on YouTube and Andre Taylor's and on YouTube or Freezes It on YouTube. Wasn't none of that shit. Trial and error, nigga. And I just thank to God, I appreciate God for being merciful, you know, with a lot of stupid shit that I did, you know, that I didn't end up in a correctional facility for an eternity, man. It's only by the mercies of God that I still got my liberty in society with a lot of shit that I did contrary to the game and the law. Real talk. God is in love with me. Hit that like button right now. Everybody hit that like button. The more likes, the more notifications get out there. Hit that like button. So, you know, I take that little money, man. I take that little change that the bitch got. You know, Sin don't want to sit up there, man. Like I told you, if I was a betting man, I want to say, man, that it was like, you know, 160 something, man. You know what I mean? I know some of y'all like, oh, man, I thought she was going to pull out $1 million. No, that's not. I wish these guys would stop lying to y'all with all of these, you know, just stories and lies. But anyway, I took that little change that the bitch had. Sin ain't have nothing, you know what I mean, but $30. I lied to you not. I didn't have nothing but $30. $30 prior to me breaking on this bitch. Prior to me breaking on this bitch, Sin didn't have nothing but $30 damn dollars. Okay, so bam. I said, we got to get you something. You know what I mean? So I forgot the name of this store, but it was a sex store, you know what I mean, on the strip. You know what I mean? It was not too far from the Travelodge. You know what I mean? It was it was not too far from the Travelodge on the strip. I can't remember the name of the store, but man, I took that motherfucking change, went inside that store, man, and got her something for the night. And she was down and about it, you know what I mean, on Las Vegas Boulevard, walking up to Tricks, sitting over there initiating conversations, you know what I mean, immediately after. Facts. So of course, that the outcome turned out the way that it did, you couldn't tell my young dumbass nothing. Just like people can't tell a lot of y'all young dumbass anything. Because the outcome turned into some income, I started thinking that wrong was right. I started thinking that, you know what I mean, this shit was cool. And just to keep it real, it wasn't even so much of thinking wrong was right. You know what I mean? I'm just moving. You know what I mean? I'm just doing my thing. You know, but I wasn't doing the games thing. I wasn't doing what was vital to my title. You know, I was being disrespectful and neglectful. But because, you know what I mean, she ended up fucking with me, you know, that's the worst thing that can happen to a young nigga in the game is for him to do something contrary to the game and the outcome turn into some income, because now he gonna start thinking that wrong is right. Now he thinks that which is contrary, you know, is cool to do simply because he knocked a bitch. He ended up having a bitch, you know? He ended up sitting over there, you understand me, coming up. So now he think that, you know, this, it can't be nothing wrong with the way I'm doing things because, man, I knocked that one like this. I knocked that one like that. I knocked this one like that. But I'm here to tell you that it's still wrong. No matter how much money you got out the situation, the car you got out the situation, the house, you had got something out of wrongdoing. It does not change the wrong into right just because it led to some income. You know, I even take it to another, to another degree. Hey man, that's just like if a nigga calling himself preside. Let's say that transsexual, is giving him $3,000 to $5,000, a night. You know what I mean? Let's say that transsexual is paying the shit, out of him. Let's just keep that shit 100. Most niggas is gonna sit up there and tell you, hold on, appreciate that, Andre, good looking. You know what I mean? Most niggas is gonna sit up there, you understand me, and tell you, appreciate that 5. Most niggas gonna sit up there, you understand me, and tell you that, oh man, you ain't gotta break them off to break them, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit ain't got nothing to do with sex. But if a nigga will receive a dime from a gay man, if a nigga will take some money from a transsexual, he cannot convince me that if that transsexual is paying the shit out of him, he cannot convince me if that transsexual got his credit looking right, his bank accounts looking right, his properties looking right, his motherfucking vehicles looking right, all of this shit looking right, he living like he want to live. He cannot tell me that, you understand me, he ain't letting that punk suck his dick or he ain't fucking on that punk. You know what I'm saying? Because you allowed that spirit to come into your household. It's one nigga right now, well, he's dead. I ain't gonna sit up there, you understand me, but this was the truth. He wanted to fuck with me. But the reason why I had a cold shoulder, towards him is because the nigga was fucking with a trainee at one point. And he was saying that, he didn't do nothing, with, man, fuck all that. Man, fuck all of that. It's one nigga, another nigga that I could sit up there and speak on. He got some fly ass shit. But all of that fly ass shit, that he got, it came from a transsexual. It came from a trainee. I don't respect that. See, we in today's game, these niggas don't care as long as this shit add up. No, not no Bombay. Bombay he don't wear no flag. I've only seen him on soft white underbelly. His name don't ring no bells in the street. You know what I'm saying? His name ain't ringing no bells on the gram. His name ain't ringing no bells on social media. You know what I mean? He's just on soft white underbelly. This person that I'm talking about is somebody that the ladies would consider to be attractive, and he wear a lot of. The nigga had a desire, to preside over a transsexual. So I couldn't respect it. Because I knew a lot of that shit, the way that it came. So I'm just showing you that even when the outcome is some income, wrong is wrong. A motherfucker could break a transsexual for $10 million. Wrong is wrong. They're like, man, P, that nigga got $20 million, man. Fuck what you talking about, man, P. He got 4 mansions. Man, wrong is wrong. Not only is this cheating, but man, this is gay. Pimps are not gay. So I could give a less fuck how many mansions and how many Ferraris and Rolls Royces this nigga got. The fact that, you understand me, you got it out of a punk, that you got it out of a transsexual, I can't respect that. This pimping ain't got nothing to do with no damn transsexual. Pimping ain't got nothing to do with no man. Oh yeah, I send men too. What? When I seen even that shit on soft white underbelly, what I mean? Yeah, man, I send men too. I was like, what? You know what I mean? Pimps do not deal with transsexuals. Pimps do not deal with men at all. That's why I got to tell my haters, no, you cannot choose. I know that a lot of y'all want to sit up there and sell your booty for Sinful to P. I know a lot of you hating ass niggas want to sit up there, you understand me, and stand on the boulevard. You want to get my motherfucking avenue on the, you know what I mean? You want to get my revenue on the avenue. I know you want to be at, you know what I mean, Saks Fifth Avenue shopping with a pimp. I know. I know a lot of you niggas want to put on heels for me. I know a lot of you niggas want to have on, you know what I mean, some see-through blouse and shit. You want to be in the passengers, you know, getting laced up and getting some game, and you want to stand on the corner, you know? Some of y'all want to be that bitch in American Pimp when Kenny Red was like, you know what I mean, when I come back, we gonna get something to eat. Huh? When we come back, we gonna get something to eat. Okay. Y'all want to be that bitch. You know what I mean? Y'all want to be, you want to feel just like that bitch did when K Red was like, this my bottom bitch. This my bottom bitch. You want a man to call you, you know what I mean, his bottom bitch. You want to be the bottom bitch of a man. I know, but you cannot choose. The answer is no. You will not be selling your BJJ. You will not be selling your Babusi. You understand me? For sin. No, the answer is no. Okay, but getting back to this game, you know, I had to, you know what I mean, go to the extreme to show you that even when the outcome is a big income, you know what I mean, it doesn't matter. Wrong is still wrong. Okay, so do we have that established? Wrong is still wrong, regardless of how you look at it. Wrong is still wrong, you know? So even though, yes, sin was knocking, sin and sat up there and had, you know, different broads from different lifestyles, but I initiated that with Chipin. Instead of turning that woman on and out to the pimping, I turned her out, you understand me, to the Chipin. The Chipin was involved, you know? So we gotta keep that shit real. Now, let's deal with another story that none of y'all never heard. Hit that like button. Now we gonna talk about some shit that y'all have never heard. Y'all ain't never heard this, but we about to talk about some of this Chipin that sin did. You know? And so when I open up the phone lines, do not spare me. You know, some of y'all might want to roast me and chop me for ancient times and be like, P, I'm glad you is the way you is now, man. But nigga, you was wrong for that. And see, this, you was sitting over there with all of this fucking. You was coming into your dick in all of these situations. That's why your motherfucking ass lost 3 years of your life, nigga. That's how you sit up there, you understand me, and got that motherfucking minor nigga pregnant, nigga, because you was so busy thinking about pussy at that time, nigga. That's how your ass ended up getting gonorrhea, you know what I mean, way back in 07, nigga, because you was thinking with your dick. Yes. Sin can chop, listen. Just like, that's why I tell you niggas to leave me alone, because you're not built like me. Just like I can dish it, I could take it. And so sin is exposing the error of his ways so the new participants don't repeat my history. They can look at my history and say, I don't want to do that, and make history. My P don't stand for perfect. I got F's on my report card just like every representative in the game does. Even though a lot of them are lying, you know, let them tell it. They had A's from the beginning to the 9th inning. You know what I mean? They've been pimping from Genesis to Revelations and never sit up there and did anything contrary to the game. But I'm a man. You have to understand that I'm at peace with myself. I am at peace with myself. You know, even though I am wrong, but hey, man, I'm real coming my way. So, hold on. I got to see what P said. Even though I know it's wrong, but hey, man, if A. Marie come my way, I'm for sure Chip. You stupid. You stupid. You know? But I just got to just keep that thing all the way 100 with you, man. You know, and by the way, man, A. Marie, you know, if you watching, baby, you know what I'm saying? you know, that was my song back in the day. Why can't we fall in love? That was my song, baby. Why can't we fall in love? You know what I mean? Hey, you know? So, baby, you know what I mean? If you see me, you know what I mean? Even though Pope the Prince trying to get action, you know what I mean? A. Marie, if you just so happen to hear this video, hey, baby. You know. But now, getting back to this game that I never left. let's deal with some of the consequences. Can we get them likes up? I would like to get them likes over 500, man. Can we get them likes past 500? We have 437 likes now. Let's get the likes up. I appreciate the donations. I appreciate every Cash App. I appreciate the PayPals. But I'm asking you to do something right now that's free. I appreciate the money. I'm not, minimizing that. Thank you. But I really want you to hit the like button because I want this video to get out there. You guys don't understand that, that's why a lot of these idiots are able to reach masses with bullshit, is because they simply have people that's coming on one accord to hit the like button. Sin don't pay for likes. So the people got to give it to me. Okay, let's get to it. Let's talk about some of the consequences. Now, I told you, I told you one, example where, basically I came up. I gave you an example showing when I did something contrary, to basically the rules of the game. And I basically still came up with the bitch. Even though I did something that was contrary to what I was supposed to do, I came up with the bitch. I ended up having the bitch, So, make a long story short, with that situation, we see the outcome of that. Okay, I showed you a lot of young P's think the way that they think. And this is even why certain veterans is still moving the way that they think. It's because the outcome turned into an income. And I'm gonna even speak on, the loved one, Charm. Charm told me some things that stuck with me, still to this day. I appreciate Charm, man, because he just kept it 100 with me, man. He wasn't hiding. A lot of these niggas is lying, but Charm wasn't lying, man. Rest in love to Charm. But let's speak on something else. Another situation that I had, and I'm not going to involve the other party because that's his, he might not want to speak on. I don't know. But it was this one bride, man, that I had set up there. The first time I met her was on the strip. Okay. At this time, I think I was coming out Planet Hollywood at the time, man. And, she had on these shorts, man. And, her thighs was looking right. She had a little shirt on and everything. She had some little titties and everything like that. But I really couldn't see, the ass. But I could see like her legs was cut up. How you could tell when a woman then did some cheerleading back in her day. You could tell that she was athletic, in high school or college, at one time. She had them type of legs, man. I'm a thigh man. I'm into legs. So make a long story short, I'm talking with her. I met the broad. I met her, and we chop it up, and so we exchange, information so we can have a conversation later on. And so basically, we was chopping it up. It didn't really take long, from the text messages and things like that to see that, that she was digging on me. I made a good first impression, when she seen me. So, man, what you have to understand that, especially when you chipping in a city, as small as Vegas, you have to understand that this bitch know this bitch know that bitch, this bitch know that bitch, this bitch know that stripper, this stripper know that bitch know that bitch. This is how it is in Vegas. That bitch know that bitch know that hoe know this bitch know that hoe is a cousin to that bitch. This bitch, you understand me, she friends with this stripper. This bitch, you understand me, is she went to high school with this hoe. This one used to work a job with this hoe before she turned on and turned out to the game. So chipping in Vegas is very dangerous. Now, if you a man that's intelligent and everything like that, or you just a man's man. Because one thing about seeing, the reason why I didn't have a lot of the problems that some of my partners had is because I was reckless. I wasn't trying to be discreet. I wasn't trying to hide anything. You know what I mean? One of my hoes could come in, you know what I mean, and actually see, you know what I mean, me fucking, you know what I mean, a fucking square. I'm just keeping it real. You know, was it wrong? Yes. But I'm just keeping it all the way 100. This is exactly, you know, the way I was at this particular time. I was not trying to hide or meet me at this place or meet me at that. No. Sin was completely reckless. Reckless. You know? But always remember, you know, even as reckless as I was a man in my bullshit. It was bullshit, but I was still a man in it. So if any nigga tried to expose or anything like that, any bitch that was fucking with me, she already knew. She already knew what was going on. And then you have to understand that not only did she know what was going on, how the fuck you think she got here? Exactly. So when niggas would be like, you know what I mean, you sitting over there fucking with this nigga, you know what I mean, he around here, you know what I mean, doing this, and you know what I mean, he fucking on squares, he fucked on woo 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 woo. That wasn't gonna knock a nigga like me. Because you have to understand, you know what I mean, that I was sitting over there, you know what I mean, not only having interviews and getting bitches out of pocket and knocking niggas, but I don't know how you an authentic representative of this game and you say you've been in this game 20 years, but you never turned out a bitch. You never sit up there and flipped a bitch. That sounds crazy to me. You know what I mean? Because I came in the game doing that. You know? When you say square, you mean in the world of pimping, correct? Derek, I don't understand what, listen, man, Jesus, there's always a square coming in. Let me break this down to you. When a pimp is chipping, he's having sex with a square, a woman who is a non-participant in the lifestyle of pimping and hoeing. Okay? That's what chipping is. A pimp having sex with a woman who is a non-participant in the lifestyle of pimping and hoeing. Okay? So when I'm referring to squares, I'm referring to non-participants in the lifestyle of pimping and hoeing. When I'm referring to a square in this category, in this regard, it's a man having sex with a woman who has no participation in the lifestyle of pimping and hoeing. It's a complete square. You know, hopefully you understand what I'm saying when I just said that. But you know what I mean? The broad, you know what I mean? Like I said, everybody know everybody. The broad that I had just got the number from, you know what I mean? I ended up seeing her again because after I would leave the strip, it was a normal routine for me to sit up there, you know what I mean, and go to the Greyhound. It was a normal routine for me to go to through the Fremont Experience, because every now and then, man, the Fremont Experience have, you know, something pretty up in there. You know what I mean? The Fremont Experience, sometime, you know, a bitch might have got 86 on the strip. And because the bitch 86 on the strip, she can't work on the strip. You know what I mean? She getting money on the Fremont Experience. She's still checking it. So, you know what I mean? Top of the morning, a nigga can sit up there, you understand me, and come to that motherfucking Fremont Experience and see a motherfucking hoe that, like, damn, bitch, what you doing here? You know what I mean? Like, damn, bitch, you know what I mean? Why you up in this motherfucker? And see, the Golden Nugget didn't always look the way that it look now. You know, they remodeled the Golden Nugget. The Golden Nugget, you know, it looked, you know, pretty much the same way that the rest of the places, you know, looked on the Fremont Experience. But a lot of them places got, you know, remodeled. You know, at this time, you know, the Golden Spike didn't look the way that it look now. You know what I mean? You got El Cortez, all of that shit. So I would fall through the Fremont Experience because I had sense enough to know that when they get off the hold on, what? When you say, is this all women exclusive? Also do women highly of themselves? Listen, baby, this is what I'm gonna tell y'all. If you want to speak to me and ask me a question, call in when I open up the phone lines. All right? You know what I mean? That's how we'll do that. I want you guys, you know what I mean, to just call in. I'm going to open up the phone lines and I will answer all your questions. But right now, while I'm teaching, just enjoy the game. And I will give anything that you don't have understanding about, I will give you an outstanding understanding about if you just simply call in. That's all I need you to do. Okay? Blessings to all the ladies and blessings to all the fellas that need clarity. I will show charity once I open up the phone lines. Everybody know that Friday, you know, but if you need answers now, you know what I mean, I will, after this video later on, I will open up the phone lines to you. Okay, baby. No, you didn't do anything wrong, and thank you, gorgeous. I appreciate you for even asking a question because it shows that you desire to learn. All right? And I love any woman that desires to learn about this game. So blessings to all the ladies that have an ear to hear, all the ladies that actually desire to hear this information. Blessings to all of you, no matter what lifestyle that you're in. I just appreciate you because you could be doing anything at this particular time, but you taking out the time to actually listen to the game. Blessings to all of you. Appreciate that 5, bro, and blessings to Boston. Katrina got her fine ass up in here. I love when Katrina comment because I like seeing that profile picture. But getting back to this game that I never left. The broad that I had set up there, you know what I mean, and exchanged numbers with and all of that type of shit, you know what I mean. Of course, we had exchanged information. We had texted each other, and you know what I mean, I knew that basically she had a liking to me. So fast forward, and you know what I mean, going back to what I was getting ready to tell you guys, after I would leave the strip, I would always go to the Greyhound next. I would always go to the Fremont Experience because I had sense enough to know that a lot of times the ladies, they'll get off the Greyhound, and instead of them waiting inside of the Greyhound, if you got 6 and 8 hours to wait, you know what I mean, until your bus comes, you know, you're bored. So a lot of the ladies, to keep from being bored, they'll leave the Greyhound and they'll go to the Fremont Experience. So you'll see a beautiful square. So not only would you see beautiful hoes who have been 86'd, you know what I mean, on the strip, or it's a little hot for her on the strip, so she's getting money on the experience, but you also want to come through the experience because, you know what I mean, a lot of those squares that would get off the Greyhound, you know what I mean, they would instantly, you know, come to the experience, you know? So that's just common sense. You know what I mean? The women, they don't want to be bored, so they leave the Greyhound. They be walking around, and then a lot of them ain't never been to Vegas before. They want to see the famous light show, you know what I mean, on the Fremont Experience. So they leave the Greyhound, you know, and they go to the Fremont Experience, you know? And so you got to go to the experience because top of the morning, a hoe might be there that couldn't work the strip because she was 86. You know, it's been hot for her. She's been getting arrested too many times. And then you're going to go because it's squares, you know what I mean, that's on the experience that's got to wait 6 hours and 8 hours and shit, you know what I mean, to sit up there and wait for their fucking bus. So you got to come through the experience. So after I would leave the experience, then, you know what I mean, I see what jail had to offer for me. I know y'all like, huh? What? Next to CCDC. So, you know, top of the morning, you know what I mean? It would, man, shit just used to be so beautiful, man. God damn. You would go through the experience, and sometimes, you know what I mean, you might see a broad or a square, you know what I mean, or what have you. But then, you know, if you don't see what you want, you still stay encouraged because the Fremont Experience is right next to CCDC. And you knew that the bitches was getting out of jail. You know, it might be some new bitches that's going to be released out of CCDC. And the moment, a lot of them bitches, when they get out of CCDC, they don't have no phone. They don't have nothing, you know? So they sit me and leave, you know what I mean, jail, and they go right to the experience. because some of them don't have a phone, so they looking for somebody, you know what I mean, that'll let them borrow, you know what I mean, a phone. They'll come right to the Greyhound, or they'll come right to the Experience, you know what I mean, and pretty much ask, you know what I mean, for a phone, so they can call the pimpin'. Or yeah, I hated sleep. As you listen to me, you can understand why me and Freeze hated sleep. You can understand why people like Trophy and different other individuals I can name hated sleep, because after you fellowship and campaign on the strip, you would leave the strip and it was just so many other places to go, you know what I mean, to knock a bitch. You know what I mean? You just had to stay available. That's how I know that you niggas are lazy. If you're in, people like, man, Vegas didn't change, P. I understand it's changed, but I just can't see Vegas changing to such a fucking degree that niggas are going 6 and 8 months, near a year, without sitting over there getting a run. And I don't understand that. And if it's that fucking terrible, why the fuck you ain't leave the city yet? Come on, man, knock that shit off, man. You niggas is lazy, or you just really just not the pimpin'. So, okay, check it out. I sit up there, you understand me, you know what I mean, lead the motherfucking Fremont Experience, and, you know what I mean, just go head down, you know what I mean, to the bus station. That's why the downtown area was so beneficial for the pimping, because either you got bitches leaving the Greyhound, or you got hoes that's been 86 from the strip, or you got bitches that's leaving fucking CCDC, you know what I mean, going right to the Fremont Experience, or you got a bunch of fine ass attractive squares that's at the fucking, you understand me, DTC. So you got bitches coming from you got bitches coming from jail, and then you got bitches coming from the DTC. So you got to be a Vegas month. You got to be, I know when I say, yes, that's the bus station. So you'll go to the motherfucking bus station and you'll just see like a whole flock of just fine, attractive ass squares and shit. You know what I mean? With all this ass and, you know what I mean, titties and pretty faces that they need to be in the game, but they sitting over there heading to McDonald's and bitches heading to jobs and all this dumbass shit. You know what I mean? So the downtown area really was and still could be, you know, a blessing to the game, you know? So, and now you can understand with my work ethic, the time that I used to put in the knocking a bitch, now you can understand why my catch hand was the way that it was in the days of my youth, because not only did I not believe in sleep, and not only was I staying available, but look at the places that I was staying available in. You know, after you leave the strip, you know what I mean, Greyhound, if the Greyhound don't give you a bitch, the Experience might give you a bitch, CCDC might give you a bitch, or the DTC might give you a bitch. If neither one of them places give you a bitch, you might want to go down the Boulder Highway, you know what I'm saying, or go to the Santa Fe station, man, on and on and on, man, just different spots. You just got to stay available, and that's why I can't understand a nigga who's staying down for his crown don't get crowned. I don't understand it. But, okay, check it out. The bitch that I exchanged information with, that bitch, you understand me, knew another bitch that, you understand me, one of my partners was having dealings with, okay? And it wasn't Freeze. I haven't spoken to Pete in a little minute, so I don't want to know if he want to even speak about that, you know what I mean? So I don't put people's names, you know, if you don't want to be put, you know, Freeze is my brother, but no, I'm not talking about Freeze in this situation. But to make a long story short, a partner of mine, he had fucked on this hoe. We just gonna keep it all the way solid. The bitch that I had fucked on was an absolute square that was cool with this bitch that was professing to be a hoe. But my partner, he sat up there and fucked on a hoe. He fucked on, and I wasn't with that. I never fucked on somebody's hoe. No, I'm not, you know, we exposed and shit, but no, Sin ain't never fucked on nobody's hoe. That's no. My name ain't never, you'll never hear a pimp say, yeah, man, Sin fucked on my hoe. He lying, you know what I mean? Or, you know, you just ain't gonna never, I never did that. That's some other shit. But you know, he fucked on the hoe, okay? And the hoe that he fucked on was good friends with the bitch that I just got the number from. Okay, let's speed this shit up. I'm sitting over there, you know what I mean, talking, flirting with the bitch, you know, and everything like that. You know what I mean? Now we setting up an appointment to meet each other physically. Okay, bam. You know what I mean? I sit up there, you know what I mean, meet her at a little place and everything like that. You know what I mean? And you know, we chopped it up. But at that particular time, you know what I mean, I didn't really, I'm just going it. I didn't like the place. Let's just be real. I didn't like the place. So I sat up there, man, and you know, kicked it a little bit and left. You know, but I already could tell that the bitch wanted to fucking suck on me even then. Okay, so man, to add fuel to the fire, you know what I mean? The bitch, she had on something sexy and attractive and all that. But like I said, I just wasn't feeling her place. Her place wasn't right. No fucking. You know what I mean? No fucking. If the place wasn't right, no. And it wasn't that her place was dirty. It was just that it was old looking. It looked like everything was getting ready to fall apart. I don't know. It just looked like all type of spirits was in the place. So now, you know what I mean? Sin wasn't gonna do nothing. You know what I mean, in her place. So basically, make a long story short, she came to mine, and that's when we fucked. And I'm gonna keep it so 100. I didn't even know that her ass was that big, even though this was wrong and everything like that. Seeing always real. I didn't know that her ass was this big. Like when I seen her in the shorts that night, she looked cool, but I didn't know that her ass was this big until she had her clothes off. Have you ever been with a bitch, you know what I mean, that, you know, when she had clothes on, she looked cool, she was decent looking, but you didn't find out how beautiful and blessed this booty was, this ass was, until the motherfucking clothes came off. Like, damn, bitch, where you was hiding all of this ass at? God damn. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping that shit 100, man. I didn't know where it was like she was hiding all of this ass. I didn't know how she was hiding it. Like, damn, where did all of this shit even come from? You know what I mean? Y'all know about that? Okay. You know, I didn't want to be the only I didn't want to be the only one, man. You know what I mean? But I was like, damn, where was this bitch hiding all of this ass? Where was all of this ass at when I met you, bitch? So that bitch took her clothes off. That motherfucking thing was just, you know what I mean, jiggling, and just a natural ass. You know what I mean? Touch somebody and say a natural ass. So, yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Yeah, she got fucked. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, man, in my younger days, from that 07 through 08, my 23-year-old days, Simple was a wild boy. So I ended up fucking the bitch. All right? Now we talking about the consequences. You know what I mean? I ended up fucking the bitch. You know what I mean? The pussy was good. You know, the head was good. You know what I mean? Like, man. You know what I mean? I just love, man, especially fucking that bitch on the side, because she was what we wasn't saying that back then, but y'all said that. You know, she was slim thick. You know what I mean? Small ass waist with a big old, just juicy ass little butt. Her face, you know what I mean? Her face was making it by the grace of God. You know, on a scale of 1 to 10, she was striving. She was striving to be a 7. You know, by the grace of God. On a scale of 1 to 10, her face was striving to be a 7 by the grace of God. But on a scale of 1 to 10, as far as her body, on a scale of 1 to 10, she was a 25. On a scale of 1 to 10, you know what I mean? Naturally, she was a 25. That shit was right. Cheerleader, right? I already told you the legs was cut up, you know what I mean? And the ass was just sitting up, just throwing up gains. The shit was just right, you know? So the bitch basically, you know what I mean? She ends up, you know what I mean, telling, you know, the friend. Now let's get to the consequences. The bitch that I fucked on was cool with this hoe that my partner had already fucked on. You know what I'm saying? This is real shit. We coming through. You know, this is shit that niggas don't like to talk about. You know, Sin can talk about the A's as well as the F's. If a motherfucker can't talk about the F's, I don't even want to hear it. You know what I mean? That's a nigga trying to, you know, impress some squares. I know this game, right? So look, check this shit out. The bitch, she ended up telling, you know, her whole friend, she said, do you know somebody by the name of Sinful? She said, yeah, I know of him. She's like, yeah, woo, woo, woo. So the bitch ended up telling the hoe that I fucked on her, man. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the bitch sat up there, man, and told that bitch, man, that I fucked on her. Now the bitch, she didn't really do too much talking because the same bitch that the bitch that I fucked on, the bitch that she told, she had got fucked on by a partner of mine. You know what I mean? That's currently, you know what I mean, I haven't talked to him in a little minute. You know, he fighting some things right now anyway, so it's good that I didn't even bring P name up. But he fucked on this hoe. So I'll never forget. We inside of the Flamingo. And anybody know, you know, top of the morning, the Flamingo, you know what I mean, used to be, you know, now of course, you know, you'll catch the pimping at the Bills. You know what I'm saying? But at times, in the morning time, you will catch, you know what I mean? I'm not going to say P's name, but this is how you know, Sin telling the utmost truth. One of the niggas that was in the Flamingo is this one nigga that's always at the bar with his bitch or bitches. I ain't even got to say his name. Niggas that pimped in Vegas or be pimping in Vegas, you already know, you know what I mean, one of the niggas that was there just by me saying what I just said right there. One of the niggas that was there was a nigga that's always at the bar with his bitch or bitches at different bars. Sometimes you'll see him at Planet Hollywood. Sometimes you'll see him at the Flamingo. You know what I mean? And he will be at the bar with his bitch or bitches. And I never understood it. It was like a bitch would catch one date, you know what I mean? And she just get to kick it with him all night. I'm talking about all night. Not just, you know, a few little minutes or 20 minutes. No. It used 20 minutes. No. It used to be a bitch, sometimes bitches that sit at the bar with him for hours. And I just never understood that. I still to this day, I don't know. I'm like, P, why is this bitch, not just for financial reasons, look at supposed Prince trying to find, not just for financial reasons, but why would you allow Metro to just see you just so comfortable sitting at the bar with your hoe? Why would you get so comfortable where you sitting at the bar with hoes in front of Metro, in front of security, and you just pimping, I mean, right in front of their face, but really not pimping, because instead of these bitches being in the hoe's place that's in the trick's face, they didn't call a date or two to get to kick it with you and drink at the bar. I just never understood that. You know what I mean? No, this ain't got to be no allegedly. I ain't said no names. You know, blessings to you, but, you know, I got this. You know what I mean? I'm all the way in Canada, man. I got this. So look, check it out. The pimping is at the bar, and this one nigga, I didn't care for him, and he didn't care for me. That's just how we was. You know, I don't hate the nigga, but I ain't care for him, and he ain't care for me. You know what I mean? Plus, I wanted that little bitch that he was. You know what I mean? So we used to go back and forth. You know what I mean? He used to sweat the shit out of my Samoan bitch. You know, he used to say all type of shit to that bitch. You know what I'm saying? And I can't sit up here in front. You know what I mean? I used to be at that fine little ass yellow bone. You know what I mean? That he set up there, you know what I mean, and had for that little bit. You know? And that was, he said that was his little bottom or what have you. I ain't give a fuck. I was at that little yellow hole. So, but see, what I didn't know was the bitch that my partner fucked on was the hoe of this nigga that I didn't give a fuck for. And he didn't give a fuck for me. But at the time, he knew my business. Do you see where I'm getting at? Let me say that again, just in case the motherfuckers didn't catch on. The bitch that I fucked on, she was cool with a bitch that was professing hoeing. All right? My partner sat up there, you understand me, and fucked on that bitch. Fucked on that hoe. Alleged hoe. He fucked on that bitch. And the bitch, basically, you understand me, that he fucked on just so happened to be the hoe that, you know what I mean, he don't care for me, I don't care for him. So my business now. He know up there, you understand me, and free fuck on this fucking square. He know it. You know what I mean? He knew it. He got all the motherfucking, you know what I mean, info. You know? So watch this. This is I keep telling you, I'm just showing you consequences, you know what I mean, of coming in with that dick, boy. You young nigga gonna learn. So he come inside the Flamingo. You know what I'm saying? And he got another piece of work. You know what I mean? He came in with some little brown skinned bitch. Matter of fact, damn man, I forgot. Kilo used to have this bitch. Rest in peace to Kilo. You know what I mean? But Kilo used to have this bitch. You know? And he come in with the little brown skin thing. He come in, you know what I mean, in the Flamingo with the bitch. You know, Freeze was there. You know what I mean? A few more motherfuckers was there. You know? And I'm getting at the bitch. I'm getting at this motherfucking bitch right in front of the nigga. You know, being young and disrespectful because the nigga, I felt like he had been, you know, because man, sometimes he would run across the street to sweat my little Samoan bitch. I remember the time when he had sit up there, you know what I mean, and kind of like lightweight chase my bitch across the street with cars coming and everything. You know what I mean? So when I seen him with the little brown skin thing, hey man, you know what I mean? Cause I knew the nigga was sweating that bitch extra hard because he wanted to serve me so bad. You know what I mean? So it was only right with my young ass, you know, young pimps be on bullshit. So I sit up there and get at his bitch right in front of him. You know? One of my niggas said, I forgot who said something to her first. He's like, man, you looking real curious around this motherfucker, man. You know, you looking real curious. You know, I forgot who said it. He's like, you looking real curious. And I was like, yeah, man, you know what I mean? She looking real curious, but, you know, she might be scared, you know what I mean, to do something, you know what I mean, because her stepdaddy, you know what I mean, is here right now. That's exactly what I said. I said, yeah, man, she looking real curious, man. She want to fuck with something, man, but, you know, she don't know how stepdaddy here with her. And that man, that set up there and set that nigga off. He was like, stepdaddy, nigga, you the last nigga that need to be talking about, you understand me, who the motherfucking stepdaddy is, nigga. But you sitting over there free fucking on hoes and shit. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga, I know about it. Yeah, let's talk about that, sinful. And he loud as hell with this shit, right? He didn't put my dick on blast, right? He didn't put my dick on the table, right? So I sat up there and was like, nigga, I don't know what the fuck, you know what I mean, what you own right now, man. You know what I mean? Why is you talking about, you know what I mean, a pimp's dick, man? It's top of the motherfucking morning any goddamn way, man. Why the fuck is you sitting over there even sitting over there talking about the pimp's dick in front of men's and shit, you know what I mean? And why you sitting over there inquiring about, who I'm sticking my dick in? And he was like, oh, no, nigga, don't try to manipulate yourself out this motherfucking situation, nigga. I know what you did. Hey, listen, I can't even remember the bitch name, but he said the bitch name. He said, I know what you did with the such and such bitch. Yeah, nigga, you know what I mean? I know about it. You trying to use your dick, you know what I mean? If she wants some dick, nigga, you know what I mean? She'll come to you, nigga, you understand me? You know what I mean? But she fucking with pimping right now. He's like, matter of fact, bitch, get the fuck away from me, bitch. Go get some motherfucking money, bitch. Yeah, go get some money, bitch. See, this man, that 07 and 08 was turned up, man. That shit y'all doing, that shit is so boring now. But he said up there and said, matter of fact, bitch, go ahead and get out, bitch. Get out of my face, bitch. Go get some motherfucking money. So he really showing, he really want to show out, you know what I mean? Now, bitch, go get some motherfucking, get up and start walking. I was like, nigga, you sitting over there thinking that because you brought up, you know what I mean, a pimp sitting over there, you know what I mean, sitting over there with this dick. You talking about what I done did with my dick and shit like that, slow down anything, nigga. I was like, nigga, that don't motherfucking, you understand me? Then for you to even bring up what I'm doing, you know what I mean, with my dick and shit, nigga, that's hella motherfucking weird. And he's like, nigga, you can say it's weird if you want to, man. You know what I mean? But I know what you're trying to do, man. You know what I mean? You be on the, you trying to sit up there and come up with your dick, man. That ain't how this pimping shit go, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, that ain't how this pimping shit go, nigga. Yeah, you could keep sweating my hoe. You keep sweating my bitch, nigga. You know what I mean? But yeah, she ain't gonna get out of pocket, you know what I mean? For some dick, nigga. She gonna get out of pocket for some pimping. Hey, that nigga said she gonna get out of pocket for some pimping. I was like, nigga, you can't fuck with me, nigga, on no motherfucking levels, nigga. You know what I mean? You sitting over there bringing up a nigga's dick and shit, you know what I mean, in front of a group of men, and you talking about some pimping when you thinking about the dick and nigga, you know what I mean? So, of course, we went back and forth. You know, after a while, nigga, we sit up there and had to calm down. Of course, the P's that was at the bar like, hey, P. Calm down, P, calm down. But I'm going to keep it 100, man. You know what I mean? He got the best of me. Yeah, he got the best of me in that situation, man. You can sit up there and say, yeah, man, you all thinking about pimp's dick and all that. You can say all that shit if you want, but the reality is, you know what I mean, the nigga knew your motherfucking business. You know? The nigga knew your business. And I think that nigga ended up finding out what my partner had did with his hoe too. You know, real talk. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was embarrassed. You know, I didn't like that. You know, sin ain't like that. I didn't like how he just sit up there and announce. Plus, I didn't like this nigga any goddamn way. You know what I mean? And then that nigga sit up there and made an announcement. It was like that nigga had a microphone and the whole city of Las Vegas stopped. You know what I mean? Sin was Chipin. It was like everybody at work, all the squares, all the motherfucking, you understand? Everybody in Vegas just stopped. Sin was fucking on a square. He did not get paid. He was laying with the bitch. You know what I mean? Chopped and screwed style. So, man, you know, that was, I'm giving you the consequences of this shit. You know, that was. Now, of course, the pimpin', you know what I mean, mediated the situation and, you know what I mean, told us, you know what I mean, to calm down and everything like that, you know, before we get kicked out the Flamingo and all that type of shit like that. So we quiet down and shit like that, you know what I mean? And we ended up even chopping it up peacefully, you know, later on, you know what I mean? But I learned amongst the pimping too, yeah, I didn't like that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just giving it raw. You know what I mean? I know everybody gonna put their A's out there, see them putting out them F's, man. You know what I mean? And yeah, you know what I mean? That was one of the reasons why, and I'm gonna keep continuing on Like I said, I won't be able to finish. This might end up being part one because I ain't gonna overtalk it. You know, it's a lot of things for y'all to learn, you know, within this because it's so much of this going on, but everybody trying to sweep it under the rug, you know? Yeah, I was a novice to the game, but at the same time, we're not gonna make no justifiable excuses, you know what I mean, for that shit. You know what I mean? Pete called me out, you know what I mean? And yeah, man, you know what I mean, that shit cut me. Yeah, that cut me real good. You know, anybody that know me, man, you know I'm an arrogant ass nigga. I ain't like that shit. You know, plus I don't like this nigga any goddamn way. So I ain't like that shit, man. So okay, let's keep going, man. You know, that's one situation. Let me expound and say something profound upon the matter. If you don't want a reputation of being known as an individual that's free fucking squares, because we all know that, you understand me, in this game, once women in the lifestyle begin to socialize and everybody start realizing that you sitting over there, you know what I mean, you trying to turn a bitch out to your dick instead of turning the bitch out to the game. Once these hoes know that, you know, they taking motherfucking chances and making daily sacrifices, you know, out there to bring you yours, and while she's sitting over there endeavoring, you know what I mean, to bring you yours, you out here, you know, fucking on waitresses, bitches at Target, and bitches that, you know what I mean, work in the mall, and bitches that work at the airport and all of this shit. You know, a bitch, while she's out working, she's not gonna be thinking about work. She's gonna be thinking about who her folks is working. You know, and even if you turned her on and turned her out like that, you have to understand that she's going to the and she's around hoes every night. So if you sending her to the casino or the Blade or what have you, she gonna come around the hoeing. And she gonna start, and then they got Facebook, Instagram, groups and all of this shit now. So she's going to see the opinions of other hoes, authentic hoes. And once she starts seeing the views of women in the lifestyle, because I'm gonna just keep this shit all the way 100, a lot of these bitches be using the niggas. They can't see this shit because they so motherfucking blind. They can't even see, you know, the girlfriend spirit, you know, even in that. What I mean by that is, you know, a bitch having to say so, you know, on what a pimp do and what a man do and what a man, because like I told you, as reckless as I wasn't hiding anything. Let's get that straight. You know what I mean? I didn't like that nigga screaming, you know what I mean, at the bar and all that type of shit. You know, I didn't like that. But reality is, nobody has ever peeled sin and knocked sin because they was talking about, oh man, you know, sin fucked on this square and how you feel about that. That's not how you're not gonna get no bitch from me like that. Especially back then. Of course, I'm not involved now, but at that particular time when I was chipping, you know, you wasn't gonna get no broad that, because she was fucking with me. Even if she didn't like the shit, she just knew what type of young man that she was with. Honorary, egotistical, arrogant, you know what I mean, think he God in the flesh type of motherfucker. You know what I mean? Seriously. So yeah, you wasn't gonna knock no bitch like that from me coming with that shit. Hell no. You know? Plus, I was looking at these niggas kind of weird anyway. You know what I mean? You know, because a lot of these guys, I remember Sputnik, rest in love, rest in peace to Sputnik. Sputnik would make it seem like a lot of times when Spud would speak about this subject, he would make it seem like the game was against pussy. Like a pimp wasn't supposed to have sex, you know, with his hoe. Like you don't get no enjoyment. There's no pleasure, you know what I mean, in being inside of a woman that is taking all these chances and making all these sacrifices and, you know what I mean, doing these things, executing your game and fulfilling the prerequisites that you know, put on her life. The way he speak, it just seemed like it wasn't no pleasure in it for him. And I was the complete opposite, you know? And it was a lot of niggas that I met like that that'll talk like, how they went years without fucking, because Sputnik had told me at that time that he had went like 8 years without fucking, and he didn't have no bitch. So at that time, if you listening to, a bunch of old guys, talk about how they ain't did this and how they ain't had no sex and, in years and all of this shit, if you, especially if you a young nigga, man, you like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, if that's the pimping, I don't even want to be the pimping no more. Hey, us young niggas is stupid. Young pimps is stupid, man. Like, man, I was thinking in my mind, like, look, man, if this is the pimping, and if I gotta go 8 years, 4 years, half of that, to be this pimping, then maybe I need to go back to the singing. Maybe I need to go back to this R&B thing, because maybe this PIMP thing ain't for me, man. Niggas, I was like, going 8 years without having some pussy. I was like, man, that shit don't even sound natural. I was like, man, that's against nature. I was like, man, that don't even sound right, man. I'm like, my mind, like, man, I'm listening though, but I'm in my mind, like, man, that sound like a nigga in a hole or something in Ely. That sound like you at the penitentiary, you in Ely, nigga. I'm like, man, you heard niggas say he don't hump his hoes, but he'll hump a square. Yeah, I done heard that shit too. I'm gonna get on that, like I said, Support the Prince. I won't be able to speak on everything, on today. So I might sit up there and do this, and then Friday take a call in about it, and then Monday might do part 2 and allow them to digest this, while I kick 36 more minutes of this shit. But I was never one of them type of guys. Make sure you hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, all the new people that's watching right now, make sure that you click on the subscribe button and the bell so you can keep getting this good ass game. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, man. Blessings to you in Poland. But yeah, man, get them likes up. Let's get them likes over 600. But okay, so check it out. I've never been, and still to this day, I ain't trying to go no motherfucking 8 years. What? Okay, but check it out. Okay, we going back. When it comes to the consequences, women socializing amongst each other, about your reputation. And when your name come up, the first thing you want a bitch to think about is some. You don't want a bitch, thinking about if I decide to fuck with this nigga, he's thinking about, if I decide to get this nigga my issue and get this nigga to choose and fee, if I decide to fuck with this nigga, he gonna be fucking waitresses and motherfucking Walmart greeters and, cashiers at Walmart and, running through motherfucking hoes bitches at the airport and all type of shit. You know what I mean? Because you have to understand that regardless of whatever lifestyle it is, it's still a woman. And women are governed by feelings. So while that bitch is endeavoring to get some money, the only thing she should be thinking about is some hoeing. The only thing she should be thinking about is endeavoring to get some money. She shouldn't be thinking about, I wonder who he messing with now. I wonder if he making this square feel the way that he made me feel when he turned me on and turned me out. I wonder if he told her the same thing. I wonder, you don't want that type of square ass shit going on. You know what I'm saying? You want to be known for just absolute up and down pimping. When you dealing with a square or whoever the fuck you dealing with, you know what I mean? But damn, P, I don't want to blow action. Listen, I'd rather blow action. I'd rather blow the bitch. I'd rather blow whatever the fuck. As long as when that bitch left the conversation or when the motherfucking opportunity got blue or the bitch got blue, as long as she sit up there and tell the world that he's a pimp, he was pimping. I couldn't take it. It was too hot in the kitchen. The temperature was too hot for me. You know what I mean? He's too much pimping for me. Standards was too high. Or, he's not right for me. I don't think we got any compatibility. Meaning that, you know, maybe the bitch wanted to be fucked on, you know what I mean, and wanted to be played with, she wanted to be tasted and all this shit, and you didn't do all that. So she needed a nigga to smoke trees with her. She wanted a nigga to lick the back of her knees and, you know what I mean, skip past the choosing fee and get right to the pussy, you know what I mean, so he can have the bitch. Fuck all of that. Fuck all of that. Ain't no such thing as interview dick. Ain't no such, you know, when I come in an interview with a bitch, man, I'm coming with interview pimping, interview game. I'm not coming with interview dick. You niggas be coming with interview dick, interview tongue, interview weed, interview meth, interview pills, you know what I mean? Interview ecstasy, interview, niggas got interview lean. They got everything but the pimping on the interview. You know what I'm saying? Everything. You know, it's like, how could you run out of subjects with this pimping, man? You know what I mean? If YouTube wasn't so fucking sensitive, man, with the thumbnails, I'd sit up there, man, and do an interview. I'll do a video about the interview, and I would love to use certain thumbnails, but I know the YouTube, man, be tripping. YouTube be on some goofy shit. So, you know, it is what the fuck it is. But let me sit up there, man, and let you niggas know, man, you want to be known for pimping. You know, when you young and stupid, yeah, you know what I mean? You want bitches to be, you know, laughing and smiling and all that shit, you know, about how big or how long or how good, you know what I mean, your dick is. That's that square shit. But as you stay involved and evolve in this game, that's the only thing that you concerned about being known for is pimping. And when a bitch blow up or if she get knocked or choose up, you know, with somebody else, you can celebrate, you know what I mean, because you know that you pimped. You know that the only thing that bitch can speak about is some pimping. You don't want the bitch to go to the next man and the only thing she got to tell the next man, he said, well, do you know how to do this, know how to do that? And the bitch just ignorant about everything. The bitch just as green as a pool table. The bitch ain't been laced. She ain't get no motherfucking pimping. The only thing that she got from you was some dick. When the bitch needed inspiration, you gave her some dick. She needed compliments, you gave her some dick. The bitch didn't know how to go one-on-one with the trick, you pulled your dick out. When the bitch was trying to ask you about what's the proper etiquette, you know what I mean, for this particular place, man, you pulled out your dick. The bitch asked you, what location should I go to, you know what I mean, to get the money, you pulled out your dick. You know what I mean, somebody in the family, you pulled out your dick. Mama got whooping cough, you pulled out your dick. Mama got high blood pressure, you pulled out your dick. Little brother just got sentenced to 30 years, you pulled out your dick. You know what I mean? The bitch got arrested 4 times within a 7-day week, you pulled out your dick. You know what I mean? The bitch sit up there and lost her little sister in a car accident, you pulled out your dick. You know what I mean? The bitch just got into a fight with the trick, and the trick just gave her that Sonny Liston special, you understand me, with Sugar Ray Robinson fries. You pulled out your dick. You know what I mean? Everything, you pulled out your dick. You know? Oh my God, my eye hurt. You put your dick on the table. You know what I mean? Could you give me a massage? You put out your dick. You know? Oh my God, these heels are hurting me. Oh my God, my feet. I don't know if I can walk any longer. You pulled out your dick. You know what I mean? Bitch disrespected pimping. Pimping telling you that your bitch be sitting over there getting she be out talking and smart talking. She be replying to pimps. She be getting disrespectful with the pimping. You know what I mean? All on the motherfucking track. You pulled out your dick. You know what I mean? Bitch be disrespectful with pimps all on the blade. Your bitch sitting over there following the pimping. The pimping say, hey man, your bitch following me. She in my DM and all of that. We be having conversation. You like, man, I'm gonna talk to her privately, P. And you talk to her. You pulled out your dick. Everything you pulling out your dick. You know what I mean? Every situation that you in, you pulling out your dick. And I'm here to tell you that as good as you listen, you can have, you know what I mean? Information on how to even utilize your dick. You know what I mean? But guess what? Your dick is not the answer. Your dick is not the answer, man. I had to learn that. My dick is not the answer. Many guys, I've seen many guys try to fuck their way to the top. In the same way, hold on. Oh, did you? Hold on. Oh, appreciate that, Rome. Good look, man. I see the 20 that you sent on the Cash App. Appreciate that, player. And appreciate everybody else, man, that has sent a super chat or Cash App, PayPal. Man, thank you, man. And appreciate the likes. Let's get them likes over 600. I see we have 599. Somebody go ahead and put us over 600. So, you know, I used to, you know, I was amazed with my dick. I like, you know what I mean, that God had blessed me, you know what I mean, with the size that I have, you know, with this little man, you know what I mean, with this little dude. You know, I appreciate this little dude. You know what I'm saying? This little dude didn't have a lot of fun. You know, my little man didn't enjoy himself. But I'm here to tell you that your little man is not the answer. I know you think it is, but it's not. You know what I mean? My little man done got me in a whole lot of big ass trouble, man. You know what I mean? Little dude that started a lot of shit. Mercies of God had to get me out of. You know? Little dude that got me into some big situations, and little dude that caused me to face some major motherfucking allegations inside of incarceration. You understand me? Facing motherfucking death, life sentences. You know, I've allowed little dude to get me into some situations, man, that led me to, you understand me, destinations that wasn't cool. Your dick is not the answer. Put that shit up. Put that shit up. Yeah, put that shit up, man. Put your dick away and pull your mind out. Put your dick away and pull this game out. Put your dick away and pull this pimping out. Put your dick away and pull the discipline out. Pull the self-control out. Come on, man. You can't be a successful pimp. You can't do what's vital to the title of this pimping, and you don't got no discipline about yourself. You got to be able to abstain and refrain from going in that wet thing. You know what I mean? You got to be able to reject yourself. You know, that's one of the biggest things that separate us from these squares and men that's outside of this pimping is the discipline. We got greater discipline than a lot of niggas that profess to be men of God. We got better discipline than a lot of men that got notoriety, you know what I mean, in society. You know what I mean? We got, you understand me, better discipline than people that got bachelors and masters and doctors, doctoral degrees, you know what I mean, at different prestigious universities and shit. You know what I mean? We got better discipline than them. We can do shit that they could never do. We could do shit, you understand me, with that woman, man, that he's incapable of doing. And that nigga can go to Berkeley, he can go to Stanford, he can go to Harvard, he can join the Nation of Islam. If it ain't in him, it ain't gonna come out. If you don't got no withdrawals, if you don't got that deposit, ain't gonna be no withdrawals. As the scripture says, when you see the light, walk therein. You know, when you see the light, you ain't supposed to stay in darkness. When the intelligence, when the knowledge comes, you ain't supposed to stay in ignorance. In an era where information is such more available than ever before, ignorance is a choice. You know what I mean? We in a game era. There's so many people releasing and relinquishing game, you know what I mean, on social media. There's so much information that's available to you right now. You know, so to stay ignorant, to stay, you know what I mean, in the darkness, you know, when the light has come, when the knowledge has come, when the revelation has come, when the correct interpretation of the game has come. If you stay in wrongdoing, if you get into a continuity of staying in that bullshit, that's on you. To whom much is given, much is required. You know, he that increases in knowledge increases in sorrows, especially if he's participating in shit that's contrary to his knowledge. Come on. So before I get, you know, I don't want to get too deep. I'll save that too. But let me just say that you don't know what that hoe had to go through to get your money. You don't know what that hoe did. You know, you don't know what verbal abuse. Sometimes these bitches be sitting over there getting into incidents and things, you know, fights, all type of shit. Sometimes bitches will sit up there and go through a situation, all type of situations on the blade, you know, this trick now, you know what I mean? He high now, he getting demonic. These women go through all type of things to get you yours, to bring you back everything. She going through everything to bring you back everything. So it's only right that you abstain from everything that is completely contrary to the rules of the game. It's only right, you know? And when you get well seasoned in this game and you get a reputation in this game that's known for pimping. Good morning to you, Bella. You know, when you get a reputation that's known in the, you know what I mean? You won't jeopardize or disrespect your legacy or reputation or the young niggas that look up to you just for a few moments of pleasure. When you got young P's, young pimps, when you got people in the game, outside of the game, that look at you as an inspiration, you know, I'm just gonna keep it real. Ain't no pussy in this world. Ain't no square pussy in this world. Ain't no bitch that ain't paying your pimping pussy in this world that's worth sitting over you jeopardizing, you know, the respect and the love, the honor, you know what I mean, that glory that you got in the game. You want to keep your testimony, your reputation glorious. And you want to keep, you know what I mean, everything victorious, prosperous. And you can't do that if you're indulging in cancerous behavior. You know? So look, let's take it back. You know what I mean? Because I gave you guys one situation, you know, where basically the outcome was some income. Then I gave you one situation where, you know what I mean, an adversary had basically learned out some information about the situation, and it was used in front of the congregation. How much time I got? Oh, okay, I got plenty of time to sit up there and give y'all this. Okay, so look, let's say and give you, you know what I mean, some more, you know what I mean, examples. Now, let's get into, many of you already know that for the first time and last time, you know, people were sitting over that line, and even that video that Keisha had pretty much posted, you know, no. In that video, because some of y'all was like, damn, Sinful P got herpes? No, idiot. If you'll watch this video that I did, that sticking your dick in every bitch that pays you, you know, yeah, that's what it was called. The consequences of sticking your dick, you know what I mean, in every bitch that come through the door paying you. You know, a pimp is governed by wisdom. And when you're governed by wisdom, you're not gonna stick your dick in every damn bitch, you know what I mean, that come through the door, you know what I mean, with some money. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know her. You know, this is just a stranger. This is just a stranger that just so happened to be liking, you know, maybe on your reputation or maybe on your situation, or, you know, maybe she trying to come for some fornication. You don't know. She's a total stranger. That's why having discipline, you know, with yourself is imperative. You got to have discipline. It's a must. You got to. Now, okay, let's get into this one. I used to, as many of you know, before I was in the game some moons ago, Sin used to work at a telemarketing company in Vegas by the name of CCA. All right? CCA, man, listen, let me just give you the rundown. CCA was a telemarketing company in Vegas. I think it was on Saharan, I forgot the address. But anyway, at this telemarketing company, man, you would have square prostitutes and, you know what I mean, bitches that were scammers. You know what I mean? I was green at the time. You know, I was green at, no, it ain't that one. You know, I was green at the time. You know, I wasn't thinking about, you know, knocking a hoe and all that. No, I'm still, you know, singing, you know, trying to do this and trying to record, you know. So I got this telemarketing job. You know, they hired me on the spot. And I memorized, you know, when you work at CCA, you have to memorize the script. And you have to memorize it and don't deviate from the script, because what you're endeavoring to do is convince customers, you know what I mean, to sit up there and shop. You want them to buy the company. You're going to give them a credit line, and they can use that credit line to sit up there, you know what I mean, and purchase things within the book. You know? So, you know what I mean, I think it was like a $200 fee or a $300, you know, activation fee. And so they'll call in, you know, and I'm going to keep it 100, man. I learned a lot of game fucking with them. I learned a lot of game fucking with them. If you just pay attention to my life, you'll see that I was groomed to be who I am. And so let's pay attention. Okay, so I'm at CCA. So I'm at CCA at the time, man, and I memorized the script instantly. And anybody that know me, man, once I memorize something, I'm about to improvise, and with my personality, I'm gonna be more dangerous than anybody. So my first day, I lied to you not, my first day working at CCA, you know what I mean? Somebody heard me in the monitoring department and their auxiliary, and while they was monitoring the phone call, somebody heard me speak and the things that I was saying, because not only did I memorize the script, but I came up with my own sales pitches, and somebody said, "Who is this? Who is this? Find out who this is. He's a natural." So, make a long story short, jealousy was already instantly there, because I didn't even have to work months to get that position. On my second day working at CCA, they sit up there and elevated me to the floor manager. I was just supposed to be in activations, just, like everybody else. But on my first day, because I think I went I want to say 13 or 14 calls with no drops, meaning that every call that I had, I Larry Bird every fucking shot. This was the truth. I Chris Mullen, Larry Bird, Craig motherfucking Hodges, every fucking, you understand me, shot. Every call was 100. I did not drop one call. Your job is to keep everything in the green, in the conversion. And I mastered it. So, make a long story short, they elevated me. They set up there, and made me, I didn't know, all of the pussy that I was going to get, with this position. Because when you're the floor manager or you're a TO, because there's a difference between a TO and a floor manager. When you're a TO, that means you take over phone calls. And they skipped me past a TO and just made me the fucking floor manager. Instantly. Was just teaching me how to sit up there and run the floor instantly on my second day. Check it out. So when you a TO or you a floor manager, if you see somebody struggling with a call, they gonna raise their hand. Or sometimes you don't need them to raise their hand. If you see that they've already dropped 2 calls already and it's not in the green, you instantly take over the call. All you want them to do is say they greeting, and as soon as they say they greeting, you say, "Well, now, ma'am, I'm getting ready to turn this call over to my floor manager, and he's going to take it from here. I appreciate you for calling in today." And then they give me the call. And so you have to think, from the woman's perspective who's on probation, or the woman's perspective that couldn't keep her job over here and keep her job over there. But now she just got hired at this telemarketing company. And now, she was just getting ready to lose this phone call, or she was having a bad day. And now you take over the phone call. And the phone call that she was going to lose, you converted. And now you've taken her out of the yellow and put her back in the green. So now I had "Oh my God, Phil, thank you. Oh my God, Phil, thank you. Oh my God, Philip, thank you. I appreciate you. Oh my God, I can't lose another job. I got, my baby, and I'm trying to get out my mom's house, and So I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. At CCA, man, I was running through pussy. I damn near fucked the whole floor. I'm just keeping that shit all the way 100, man. I was loving on that job. It was some of the easiest pussy that you could get because, it was some of the easiest pussy that you could get because, not only are bitches attracted to you because you got a position of power. You know what I mean? But no, man. You know what I mean? They want to sit up there, you know what I mean, keep and then not only that, I'm coming to work every day clean as hell. You know what I mean? I'm coming to work every day clean as hell, smelling good, cologne the fuck up. You know what I mean? I got a wave in my hair for each day of the year. You know what I mean? So not only do I got a position of power, but you know what I mean? Shit, I'm a handsome ass nigga. So yeah, bitch, you know you want to fuck me. So it was this one bitch. It was this one bitch by the name of Devin. P, where you going with this? Watch me. It was this one bitch by the name of Devin. And Devin was so, y'all know how I'm about to say it. Devin was so thick. You know what I mean? Devin was thick as a motherfucker. You know what I mean? She was the thickest bitch in CCA. You know, you had some thick ass bitches there, but Devin was pretty as hell and she was just thick as a motherfucker. You know, just thick. Cornbread, Memphis thick. You understand me? Texas bread thick. Mississippi bread thick. Thick. So, Grambling thick. College girls at Grambling thick. Thick. So, I was always, flirting with Devin, man. And, at that time she was in a relationship and shit. Shout out to Extended Clips. Shout out to the homie Anthony. Tommy, what's happening? She sat up there, you understand me, and just, wanted to flirt with me, and we would flirt with each other and all of that shit. And all of that shit was cool, but like, I'm trying to fuck. Like, you too thick for me now. I gotta hit this. I done ran through, a few already, but man, I really need this. But she was in a relationship and no, I can't lie, you handsome, but no, I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do the whole, cheating thing. I'm not into that. I'm not into that. And I wasn't trying to hear that shit, man. Y'all hit that like button. Let's see if we get them likes over 700. So, she's sitting over there telling me about her relationship, all this shit that I don't give a damn for, that I could care less about. So, I always wanted to fuck Devin. Now watch this. I knew how to plant seeds though. Even when I was a square, you have to understand that when you work at a job, with somebody, you seeing somebody 5 days or sometimes even more than that. You seeing this person 5 days out of the week. So if you seeing this person 5 days, out of the week, of course, with us talking, you were strong in the beginning. But what I tell you guys, man, it's all about timing when it come to women. And you started off strong, baby. But now she's beginning to confide in me and she's telling me, things within the relationship that she's having the problems with and what he ain't doing. Now, most niggas would speak down on the nigga and say things to inspire the bitch to leave the man. I would do the complete opposite. I said, now you know that I really want you. You know what I'm saying? I do. You know that. You can see that lustful demon manifesting in my eye every time I talk to you. But just as a friend, I could tell that you sincerely like this dude. You really into him. And every relationship, have its ups and downs in it. So I don't think that you should just, run away, just because y'all having a little problem right now. And this is coming from a man that wants you. This is coming from a man that want to be with you. But I want to see you happy. Yeah, I would like to be with you. Yeah, I would like to have you, but I want to see you happy. And so far, from the very first day that I met you, even to now, you've been happy with dude. So you're just going through some things, baby. Thank you, Phil. You always know what to say. Like, thank you. That's why I talk to you. Like, that's real. And the fact that you would push, your personal feelings to the side, you know what I mean, to tell me, you know what I mean, to stay with him, you know, going against your desires. Oh my God, like, you know, but thank you. I just listen, it's all about your happiness. Even if your happiness ain't with me, I just want to see you happy. You know? I even had that game in as a square. So listen, because the dirty macking in that category, in that, circumstance, it's so typical. That's the typical thing to do. You know what I mean? Oh, he hurt you. Oh, lay your head on my shoulder. No. I chose I just want to see you happy. I care more about you, being happy. I would love to be with you. I want to be with you. You see how I look at you, But most of all, more importantly, I just want to see you happy. I knew that I was planting seeds that would eventually water one day. I just didn't know that the water was going to come, to basically, me, when I came back, from New Orleans after being in the game. I didn't know. So, okay, check it out. I never fucked Devin when I was a square. Okay? You know what I mean? I did not fuck Devin when I was a square. As a matter of fact, Devin is the second bitch that I took I met originally from CCA, but I ended up, having in the game. Her and Gigi. Her and Gigi, unless somebody else that ain't come to my mind, but these are the only two that come to my mind. Gigi, the one that y'all seen in the court case that was on, see, all my stories are so real. The one, if you ever seen the court videos of my court case, the bitch that tried to speak on my behalf at the end, that's her, of course, much bigger, because even though her face was never my preference, but she used to actually have a way better body than that. But by that time, she was away from the pimping. She had got fat. She came to court looking crazy. But anyway, the bride that you seen on the stand, that was Gigi. You know what I mean? That was Gigi. And originally when we met at CCA. You know what I'm saying? So let me take this back. Now, when I was a square working at the job, I would just plant seeds. But she stayed in the relationship. And I never got a chance to fuck when I was a square, So I ended up running into her, but the next time I would run into her, I was in the game at that time. I was in the lifestyle, at that time. So, I come back, those of you that know, Baton Rouge, which I'm a piggyback, but I just wanted to speak about that job, because I wanted to, drop some. You got to remember, when you follow the history of my life, you got to remember that I didn't turn into a dirty macker until after my encounters with Nice in Baton Rouge. Those that know my history, everything I'm saying, follow that timeline. When I'm at CCA as a square, I'm not a dirty macker at that time. I didn't start dirty macking until I got dirty mac, by my left-hand man. I didn't sit up there and start dirty macking until I started thinking that was the right thing to do because everybody and their mama was doing it. So just like most young niggas, you see a lot of stupid shit, ignorant shit, fraudulent shit. You hear niggas saying that, the pimping is whoever can tell the best lie, and you're going to have to go through some shit to find out that that's a lie. The pimping is about the truth. Because that's what being a man is about. Being the truth, not a fucking lie. Lies will vanish. Lies diminish. Lies get abolished. The truth will always be established no matter what circumstance the truth is in. the truth is still the motherfucking truth. So you want to be the truth. You don't want to be a con artist. You don't want to be a liar. Yeah, man, a pimp might have to do a little bit of lying, or, man, it's whoever can tell the best lie. That is not the pimping. The pimping is not who can tell the best lie. The pimping is not a con artist. So I wish that I could have heard this game the way that I'm giving you this game now. I wish I could have had that somebody speaking to me like that in 2007. Things would have been a lot more different. But anyway, check it out. I ended up seeing Devin again, and she was still so fine. When I think of Devin, because not only was Devin thick, but her face was just gorgeous. And her skin was flawless. When I think of women like Devin, the Mint Condition So Fine song come to mind. That's just how fine she was. I'm pretty sure if I went through my emails or something, I might be able to find a pic, of Devin. But yeah, man, when Stokely used to sing So Fine for Mint Condition, she's one of the faces that comes to my mind. Yeah. But anyway, we ended up, oh my God, Phil, man, how you been? Where you been? Oh my God, you're so handsome. I was like, man, you still fine. And so we started talking, and I said, man, I got a lot to tell. Hold on for a minute. There we go. She said, yes, hold on, Prince. You know what I mean? She said, a lot of things have changed too. I'm no longer with him. So when she said that she was no longer with him, of course, my eyes lit up. I was like, you're no longer with him. Get that likes up, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Get them likes up, man. You no longer with them. Oh, okay. So, no, the truth don't never change. Ever. So, I ended up chopping it up with her. And at that time, you guys remember, man, when I had came back from New Orleans, at that time, man, I'm busted and disgusted, man. That's why, I had set up there and put more energy in knocking the Gigi bitch than knocking the Devin bitch. You know what I'm saying? But Devin came in handy because at that particular time, I didn't have no money. So I got a charging, out of Devin, those that remember. But if you remember how I knocked the Gigi bitch, I sat up there, you understand me, and knocked her from my Chicago partner that y'all heard call in one time. He was a GD, and that bitch ended up fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? But I'll sit up there, you understand me, and get to that. But everything lines up. That's why I told you, one thing about the truth, it's not confusing. You're not perplexed. Because if you remember, when I come back from New Orleans, back to Vegas, that's when I see Don. And I didn't know that Don had Jennifer, which later on became Gigi. But what did I tell you guys? When I met Don, Don doing his thing and everything, he said, man, I got a little bitch. You know what I mean? Man, this bitch, man, she cold in a motherfucker, man. She teaching me game. She cold as hell. I said, what? Yeah, he's like, man, she graduated, from the University of Illinois. From the University of Illinois. She from Detroit. The bitch speak 5 different languages and shit. Man, this bitch, I'm just listening. I'm like, and at this time, you have to understand, when I came back from New Orleans, I was a different man. After seeing after seeing how, Goody get down, and after seeing how Nice get down, I came back from New Orleans a different man. Because I had seen a lot of dirty macking. I seen brother trying to knock brother. I seen father trying to knock son. I seen son trying to knock father. So what would you do if your left-hand man, he doing left-hand moves trying to dirty mac you and knock you for everything that you get, You know what I mean? He doing underhand shit. And then you seeing all the Milwaukee niggas, they sitting over there at your cousin trying to knock cousin, brother trying to knock brother, father trying to knock son. So you would think that this is the way of the game. So when I came back from New Orleans, man, it was completely different. Don didn't know that he was talking to, at that time, man, I'm holers and dolers, man. And he telling me about this bitch, while we walking and talking. And he like, yeah, man. I was like, where you got the bitch? He said, man, I got her in the room right now. I got a room at the plaza. He said, man, want to come in? I was like, yeah, let's go. So that's when I ended up going to the plaza with Don. And a long story short, you know what I mean? Don sit up there and bring me in there. You know what I mean? And I see the bitch. And as soon as the bitch see me, oh my God, Phil, oh my God, hey, how are you doing? Oh my God, hey. The bitch get happy and happy as a motherfucker right in front of Don. And he didn't check this bitch. And that's why I was like, I was the wrong nigga to do that shit, then. If I make a joke and your bitch laughing at my joke, or, I say something and she give me a compliment, man, I was the wrong nigga at that time, man. You know what I mean? I'm sinful in every sense of the word. I'm not playing no games. No game with Freeze get knocked, Nice get knocked, friends get knocked, family get knocked, everybody get knocked. At that time, little kids getting, everybody getting, dead people getting knocked, everybody getting knocked for the bitch, man. Pastor get knocked, first lady of the church, you understand? Everybody getting. But make a long story short, you know how I knocked the Gigi bitch. She was also from CCA. If you remember, all you got to do is just go back. You know what I mean? And watch, for those of you that paid the $50 tier, see, that ain't nothing but the game. For those of you that's already at my $50 Patreon, all you got to do is go watch Sinful to P was the best definition of a fool. And when you watch Sinful to P was the best definition of a fool, you would get the history, of how I knocked Gigi and, all of that shit. So that same place that I originally met Gigi before she was my hoe, that's who I ended up meeting. That's how I met Devin. So only a few noticing. I don't know what you're saying. But okay, going back, to Devin, we talking on the phone, and as now that she ain't in a relationship, she's really exposing everything. She's exposing, how she wanted to fuck me then and how she wanted to suck me at this time and, all of this shit. And man, I told y'all, I have been waiting to sit up there, man, and fuck this bitch for a little motherfucking minute. But, only that this time I'm holeless and doleless. So, as much as I would love to fuck the shit out of Devin, that's one thing about me and other niggas in that circumstances in this game. Hey, man, when you broke, that's a good time and everything. That's cool. But, hey, bitch, I'm broke right now. And I kept that shit all the way 100. I said, man, I would love to spend time with you, but, let's just keep that shit real. I had bills, man, that was due. So as much as I would love to have been Devin over, I didn't have time, man, because, the phone bill getting ready to do. Niggas know what I'm talking about when you holeless and doleless, man. I got this phone bill due. I got all of this shit due. So, man, that sounds like a great time, man. But, man, I can't even. I sit up there and say, man, it's going to have to be some other time, man, because, yeah, man, right now I ain't doing so good. But I'm encouraged, though. Things going to, take off. What's going on? Talk to me. What you need done? You ain't got no money? No, I don't really have nothing right now, Devin. That's why I said, baby, we gonna, meet each other at another time or, whatever, and all that. Cause right now, as much as I would love that, that's a cool time, but right now, that's the last thing on my mind right now, baby, Oh, well, I was gonna help you regardless. Like I said, I'm not with him no more. I don't have much, but whatever you need, I got you. I said, yeah, but I need some. She said, well, I don't have much money, but you know what I mean? I got a little bit over, she told me, yeah, I got a little bit over 2,700. You know what I mean? My mind at that time, man, when you holus and dolus, man, that 2,700, man, sound good as a motherfucker. So, make a long story short, before I had even stuck my dick, in Devon, because I ain't gonna lie, you know what I mean? Come on now, man. This 2008 Sinful, man. At that time, Sinful was reckless. So, you know what I mean? The bitch sat up there, man, out of that motherfucking, you know what I mean? Hold on for a minute. Oh my God. Let me block your ass. I don't need to see this shit. There we go. That's, but yeah, man, Devin ended up sitting over there, man, and charging herself and, and you already know, cause seeing tell the truth about everything. Yeah, I took Devin through there, you know what I mean? And she got sit up there and got fucked on. Seeing one time I could have knocked my homie's mom about this. Oh man, that's another story. You don't want me to get on, grandmothers and things. That's another thing. We'll talk about that later. But I ended up charging the bitch, and that put me in position so I can campaign. You know what I mean? So yes, I can understand why. Like I said, I won't be able to finish everything within this one video. It's just too much to cover. So part 2 will be on Monday. I'll let y'all digest this shit, for the day and the weekend and everything like that. We'll come and resume, part 2, on Monday. But I'm just showing you why some individuals, partake in chipping, because it has led to break-ins, it's led to chargings, it's led to knockings. You know what I mean? And whenever an outcome turn into income, and whenever an outcome turn into currency and pussy, niggas is gonna get into a continuity of doing things that's contrary to the game. And you can't convince them that it's contrary to the game simply because they're too busy looking at the outcome. They're not listening to what's, coming out your mouth. So we gonna deal with it, man. You know what I mean? But yes, it was Devin that had put me in position, and even later on, even after I got the GG bitch, I was still charging Devin. You know what I mean? And I lost contact with Devin once I got locked up. You know what I mean? But before I got locked up, you know what I mean, I was able to use her because if y'all remember, the GG bitch, she was the one with the payday loan hustle. I don't think I've explained. Did I explain that hustle to y'all? But yeah, GG had the payday loan hustle. And, because I had the, I'm trying to remember that broad's name. Was it Talisa? But anyway, make a long story short, I was able to get, other money on the side and charge the shit out of that bitch simply because of the squares that I had working different jobs and shit. So even though they were squares, I was still charging them motherfuckers. Hold on, how did you miss that story? Man, y'all tripping. But look, I'm going to save some of that for part 2. And we'll get back into that. In the meanwhile, I'm going to see how bad y'all want to hear part 2 by hitting that like button. Yeah, man. Make sure you get the likes up on this. Get the views up on this one. Dre say, I love a scammer. She would actually have them tricks going in and out of payday loans and shit like that. And, the most you can get is $1,000. At the very minimum, you gonna get at least 500. So that was like an extra, $1,000, dollars and shit like that. And plus I was young in the game. Young niggas is sitting over there, getting involved in shit. And plus this was something that, she was good at doing. So, of course I was still sending her to Las Vegas Boulevard, but at that time I had her going hard even with that hustle as well. But yeah, when I come back on Monday, we will resume part 2. Showing the difference between chipping and pimping and showing the consequences of this chipping and why you want to be known for only pimping with no chipping involved. See you guys, man. I hope you live as long as you want, never want as long as you